Yo, what's good, y'all? This is Taking High Ground Friday Night Live. My name is Rob. You can find me at R3Rips on Instagram, but it's a new season out. It's been some sales that I've seen had some interesting perspectives on, to say the least. But we can't wait to get into it. We're glad to be here. Dylan, what's up, bro?
What's going on? Missed you guys.
Man, for sure.
JT, Richard. I played a little bit of the season.
I'm
A
glad
little
you
bit.
did. Yeah.
Like an hour or so, and then
Hour.
I had to get back to work.
That's good enough to get a, understanding. Oh, the new
I mean,
season.
there was only like 3 new POIs, but I loved them.
Yeah. It's like
The
a
weapon I did not see that it should be in there. It's like jungle theme. I was like, where's my hunting rifle? I
I
thought it'd be perfect.
I seen that there wasn't a lot of movement to start off with. It's usually always like that in the beginning of the season, besides when it's like a major movement along with the battle pass. But
hmm
did you get a chance to fill that out? Was the movement lacking at all?
The movement, you mean like in what do you mean by the
And
movement?
like a what's the sword called? Like
Oh, okay,
yeah,
I get you. Like movement pieces, so like the sword or like the spidey
yeah,
webs.
yeah.
Yes, it's difficult to get around.
Okay,
It is. I mean, you can. I think you can ride the raptors, but I haven't done that yet. They
yeah,
do have the vines,
mm-hmm,
so like in the mega city, you can jump
yeah.
on those. Like they have those same things, but
For
it's
for
vines.
lines, yeah,
That's helpful. But besides that, there's no other real movement.
mm-hmm,
They do like they're on top of the trees. They have mushrooms you can bounce off and not get hurt, which is kind of
yeah.
cool.
Cool.
Then you played 8 hours.
Hey, let's go, Richard. For the 8 hours a day.
Nice. So Richard did hit me up, and
Yeah,
so he was like, Aura's in the storyline now.
yeah.
I hadn't seen it because I only played for an hour and then I had to get back to work.
Mm-hmm.
So he asked him to tell me more. So apparently she has like in-game stories, just like when like you do with Jonesy and they have the little talkies and stuff like that. I
Mm-hmm.
almost always tune those out and I
Yeah,
find it somewhere else. But I mean that's cool. Hopefully, with the comics that are supposed to come this summer,
yeah.
we get an Aura cover. You guys
Bro,
know who's buying them.
listen, that'll be fun. But then that kind of ties right into the battle pass and all of that. I guess we'll start from there. If you can at least pull up the pictures, definitely don't pull up Fortnite if that joint crashing.
Yeah, I
Um,
was gonna show you guys Battle Pass on mine, but it
yeah.
crashed. I don't know
So
why.
there's a couple different skins. Not all of them is in a battle pass, but there's a couple different things to talk about when it comes to the battle pass. One being Dynamo is not Dynamo, but it is Dynamo. Uh, um, this would be a restyle. It wouldn't be a reskin. But Dynamo has found her way. Dang, I can't say Dynamo though. How would
Yeah,
I explain that?
all right.
Um,
Uh, what do you mean you can't say Dynamo?
I can because it's Dynamo. I mean, it's technically Dynamo, right?
It is. It actually
Yeah,
I don't have it since I can't pull it up. So I'm gonna just play this video I found on YouTube.
yeah.
Oh, is that not the full thing? All right, let me find another one for it. So it is Dynamo. It says Dynamo.
Because I didn't see the name yet. That's why I didn't. That's why I didn't want
So
to
when I
go on
went to
that
the
hill.
Battle Pass, it does say one of the, when you hover over the
Yeah.
characters, it pops up and it says Dynamo reinvented or something.
Okay, so that makes it even better. So
Wait, can we
once,
use Fortnite GG, right?
yep. So once again, Dylan, that's a back. That's taking it back.
My wife is gonna be like, he
I
said
talked no,
Dylan?
I talked to my friend today, but when Dylan went, it's crazy because we were always talking about Dynamo. Obviously being considered a ugly skin, but is very popular. Once again, this is one of those things. Popularity Fortnite pays attention to. She found her way into the storyline. And that doesn't mean she found her way into the storyline, but she is a part of a possible story branch. It's always interesting to see things like that. It seems like they're paying attention to that a little bit more or giving a little bit of shine. But Dynamo definitely deserved another style, another skin. It's interesting to see what she gets down the road.
Is there a way to look at them by it's by battle they knew by battle pass?
Yeah, yeah, it probably is refreshed if you go to hold on. Yeah,
Trying to
you in the right section though. You'll just have
so this is season
to
3.
be honest, if you go to season uh
Sorry, we should have had this more figured out. While
uh,
I'm pulling that up, we can talk about the PWCC.
yeah, yeah.
So what did you
JT
so
said sort by newest.
just sort by newest? But like, where I don't, obviously I don't even need to use this that much. Um I don't even see where you can sort by newest. see all.
By the way, while we're about to pull up the PWCC, what did y'all think about the auctions? Let us know. Seen some interesting opinions on it. I think I said, what did I say? 8.6. I said 8,600. I think that's what
For
I
which
said.
one?
Pilly. I,
Did you say eight thousand
I
six
yeah, I
hundred?
think I said 8,600.
So what did you think overall for the price? What did it go for? I couldn't remember. It
Wasn't
was
it? I think
close
it
to
was like
that.
7. I think it was 7, right? Was it 7? I think the yeah, I said 8.6. Pilly was 6K with the okay, and then a premium. So by yeah, okay, so it was 6. And then with the buyer's premium and everything. Well, that was might have been included. I can't remember cuz I haven't looked at it since then. But yeah, so 6K. I think that's good for Pilly. It just shows the I think he's still the probably the only one after BK that's pulling that price. I think the next time we get some 10 sales from a couple skins, we could see something interesting. But
Hmm.
he's definitely holding that second place right now.
So I'm surprised that an Italy 10
Hmm.
can compete with what is supposed to be the second best card in Series 1 in US version.
Yeah, I guess
I mean that surprised me. I did not
yeah,
expect the Italy Black Knight 10 to do better than the Peely.
especially I would say the way I'll say it is I agree based off of what people say. That's why that so I agree
Mhm.
based off of the way people respond about Italy. I agree with that.
Yeah, because
Now,
I'm
yeah,
like I don't have any Peelys and like I don't collect Peely. Um, but the way that people talk about Peely and the fandom that he's supposed to have, um, that Italy 10 was kind of crazy. I mean,
yeah, David, we agree with that. Me and I think the Italy tens are amazing, and I'm glad that it because think it had two sales. It had an eBay sale,
yeah,
and
and
then
did
it
that
had a
contribute to it?
possibly,
So
possibly
there was
that
eBay sale right before it was supposed to end, like 24 hours
mhm,
before it's supposed to end.
yeah,
I don't know who bought either of these cards, but I was curious if that contributed to it.
that
Um,
would be interesting to know.
I'm about to look at the pop now because I'm pretty sure there's more Italy. I think there's like 17
What 17? What Italy shards?
tens.
Is it
Yeah, 17 PSA 10s Italy
out of
shard.
69?
So, and if you look at it, so like Crystal Shard, if you look at all three, right?
Yeah.
That's 100. You got 9, so that's 126
Mm-hmm.
Black Knight shards out there graded. You got
Then what
twenty-seven
Pilly is
total.
at like 27.
So Peely, so about 40, 80, so about
17.
90.
Yeah.
So Peely only has 17. So yeah, has the same pop.
But okay, wait, okay, so do you think now surprise, but based off of your opinion, do you think that's right? Based off of yours. Cuz I think
I
that's
think
correct.
you think the price is correct.
I no, not the price so much, but I think the Italy compared to the PSA
I think
10.
the Peely USA is
Mhm.
worth more than a should be worth more than
It
the Black
should
Knight
be. Yeah,
Italy.
it should. Oh, that's interesting. I don't but
There's
I
a lot.
guess
There's a lot of Black Knight Italies that aren't graded.
is it a lot though?
A good amount. There's a lot of still
The
megas
way
out there.
I mean, the way I see it is if BK is at what he's at in auction, right? And that's the second card, it has to be at a certain point. And I think it's in the proper place. And I don't think the even though Pilly USA 10 went lower than I thought it would,
Now
and
I'm
probably could have went higher. I think that the BK still should have been more.
so Lane, and I'm not saying it's a bad price. Like in this market, I mean that's multiple thousands of dollars, right? I'm not
Yeah.
saying it's a bad price at all. I'm comparing
Right.
the Italy version of a
Hmm.
Black Knight versus the USA
Hmm.
shard because we all know that everyone likes USA shards. Um, Now if it was like even if it was a Black Knight 9, I wouldn't be like, okay, I get it. It's the Black Knight, it's the USA shard.
Yeah.
The Italy shard versus the Black Knight Italy, I don't. That's what
and
got
and
me a little confused here.
you're going based off of the narratives. The
Yeah, the
narratives,
narrative.
yeah, that's where I agree. Like it's
But
based
those
off the
narratives kind of make
narrative.
sense because if you talk about Black Knight, right, and like how infamous it is,
Mhm.
there's a couple other skins that are pretty infamous like that,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Now you talk about Peely, besides Fistix and Cuddle Team Leader, even those two are not as iconic
Marketable,
as
iconic.
Peely.
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
look at the makeup and you see the
Mhm.
Peely makeup, like the things they can do.
Mhm.
So the way they're pushing it, for him to lose to an Italy one, it's like maybe the demand isn't there like we thought. I don't know, or maybe the people who like Peely
Yeah.
just aren't investing yet. I don't know.
Yeah, because I now that's where like kind of what Shard was Shard said, same people who was saying they are holding long term, which is wild. That was kind of what confused me a little bit with it, kind of to your point, where based off of what I've heard from the Pilly side, I didn't
Mhm.
feel there was no way it was gonna go for less than 8.5. I really didn't. I mean that doesn't mean it's a bad sell. It was just surprising to me just based off of what I've heard. I think it was a great sell. I think it was the same thing as the Black Knight. We thought Black Knight was going to go higher. It went for the price of this market. I think there was a great sell either way, but I was surprised.
I mean, sure not. I'm saying like it's not like there wasn't another. It's not like there weren't people buying Fortnite cards that night.
Hmm.
That's what I'm saying. Like it has. I'm not saying the demand is not there. It's a huge sale. If there wasn't demand, it wouldn't have gone for 6, 7K.
Yeah,
That's a lot of money for a card with a
yeah,
banana on it. I'm
and
not
he's
saying that. I'm only comparing the Black Knight Italy and the Peely and the
yeah,
demand between them. Um, because like Black Knight Italy's, I see them on eBay not that pretty often. You don't see Peely USA shards as often
yeah.
as you see
But
Black Knight Italy.
those Black Knights on it on eBay they're always reposted. It's weird. It's weird
Yeah.
when it comes to that. So that's why I think that this was great for the PWCC side because we got to kind of have a stronger comp and not
Hmm.
even a comp, but just a stronger sell. I'll say stronger sell, not comp. Um, with when it comes to the Pilly though, it shows the strength. Like you said, either way, 6K is a lot of money and that clearly puts him second comfortably, right? Um, Now I'm interested of how the chips fall over time because we're getting firm comps now. We're getting firm sales. We have what BK is going for right now. We have what Pilly is going for. Next time Pilly pop up, he might go for 10. Who knows? But I think that we're really getting sales and it's really shaping out the of we're having a history of sales now, and that's what I've really been missing. That's what I like to look at and enjoy, and I think that's what we're finally getting.
So Black Knight Italy shards, Lane said go for 1K.
You
I
said
mean
what?
that's he says that Lane is saying that Black Knight Italy shard nines go for 1K.
Yeah, that's about that. But that shows the value of nines, in my opinion,
I mean, but it's like I mean, it's pretty crazy. It's not like I don't know.
because
It's there's 17 of the Black Knight Italy. I'm just surprised the Peely went less. That's
well,
all.
to be honest, you remember I talked to you. I had this issue a while ago now
Mhm.
when I was going in between if I wanted to jump and upgrade my Lux Italy 9. And I couldn't understand where I valued it at. And I guess this is kind of the conversation because the difference between a 9 and 10 is fairly major, especially when it comes to the Italy ones.
Now, I mean, what they're talking about here is like the pop culture angle. Shardnock was saying that because it was a pop culture premiere and he never heard of anything like that. That's true, but like Bobby is saying is like it didn't affect the Black Knight that much. I wonder if that's because of the last Black Knight sale.
Mhm.
Maybe the people was like, oh well, that one sold for this one. I don't know. Maybe they thought they were getting a deal.
Well, this is my personal opinion. This is kind of what remember how we always have these conversations of, the ranking of 1 to 5.
Hmm.
This is where it comes into buyer's pool. This is what I've always talked about. Buyer's pool. Anytime a card pops up, a big card, high grade,
Hmm.
who is in the buyer's pool and how aggressive are multiple people going to be? And that's where the divide for me is. I think that BK is going to sell great no matter what. Like
Hmm.
no matter what. And I think now that Pilly had to sell, he's kind of going to be in that category as well. Cuz like I think where, Rob and Shard is getting at, people have to see it. People have to see what these cards are actually going for. They got to see it with BK. Now they see it with Pilly, and you kind of see where it goes from there.
It is possible some collector that watches PWCC and like
Hmm.
that's their like stomping grounds. Saw
Yeah,
the Black Knight sale last time. Didn't compete with it. It just was watching it. Saw how much it sold for. Saw the article, and then the Italy one popped up, and they looked at the pop and was like, "Ah, I'll grab this
yeah,
one." You know
yeah,
what I mean? Maybe that's what happened. And then they probably didn't know about the banana. They're like, it's a banana. I got to do more research. I mean, that's possible.
yeah, yeah. That
Yeah.
is, yeah.
I mean, it just surprised me because you know how many people in our community
That's yeah.
likes to be like, it's all about USA.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? They say that
Mhm.
a lot,
Mhm.
and like I know Italy's coming back up a little bit, but like most of the Italy cards are still going for like dirt cheap, even
Yeah.
in tens,
Mhm.
nines and tens.
No, you
You know,
you're
so
right. You're right. I mean, especially because I remember when we first started, we had that remember we had that Pilly, what was it? It was a BK Brazil, and I think it was like a Pilly Italy shot or something. We had this conversation way back, and it was
mhm.
just more so the USA divide. And I stand on that as well. I just love the aesthetic of USA. That doesn't mean that I have Italy as well, but uh I think when you see a 10 on an Italy shard, especially that type of card, is definitely gonna be a difference.
Yeah, I get it. They're both great cards. I think it's very interesting.
Mhm.
I think what it does say is that people need to stop faking on Italy a little bit because
For sure.
yeah, let's say this it wasn't someone from the community.
Mhm.
The card looked great enough to them for them to grab it
Mhm.
for $8,000, an Italy card, right?
Mhm.
So
And and it shows, I guess, as time goes on, like we both have our opinions together based off of what like is a top 5, top 10 card, whatever the case may be. But as time goes on and you see more of these sales, it does show like the how undervalued certain cards is, including the Pilly USA. uh Based off of, but does this also go into the conversation? And Shard and Rob, they're big dogs in this, so I really want them to comment on this. Does this go into the conversation of people possibly having the cards that they need already at this moment? We know a lot of Pilly collectors, we know a lot of PSA 10 collectors. Is it just the time of the market? Does a lot of people have the cars they need that they don't want to be aggressive a second or third time? Or is it just based off of just what happened? You know what I mean? What do you feel about that?
I mean, for me, it's collecting Fortnite is gonna be a long term thing, right?
Yeah.
So all these prices are just drops in the bucket. Like I know Sharnock is big on like saying this one sale does not mean it's worth that, and
Hmm.
I agree,
Hmm.
right? It's like this is who was able to buy it at this time. You
Right.
know what I mean? And maybe they already had a Peely.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's only
Hmm.
so many big, huge Fortnite collectors with the budget right now
Yeah.
to be able to buy these, right? And so the fact that we're still getting with the small community that we have, the fact that these are hitting these prices
Yeah.
when there's 17 of them in existence,
Hmm.
you know what I mean? That's pretty major,
Yeah.
right? So like you have to think about like how many whales are in the hobby,
Yep.
right? And are still looking.
Hmm.
So that there's 17 Peelies
Yeah.
in PSA 10. We're not even talking about the nines and stuff like that, right? Who
Hmm.
feel like they're good for right now.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of whales right there to be like
Yeah.
holding like so they probably have their Peely.
Yeah. And I think that's where we're finally get, because this is the inception of Fortnite cards, even though we don't know what the future holds. The sets that matter are here, right? And now we're getting to see what happens when people that have the funds have the card. That means that there's opportunity for that second and third tier to come in and get a great value card at a price that they can afford. That
Mhm.
they, if those wells were in there, they would have been maxed out probably an hour or two before that, or 30 minutes before that. But now they can play in this market. They can get the cars that they want. And that's kind of the beauty of it. You get an opportunity that you wouldn't get because time is going on and you kind of just had time in the market. That's what time in the market is. You just have to be patient and your opportunity can come at your price range. You just got to kind of wait it out.
Like I'll tell you right now, for like let's talk about like aura for a second. Like
Yeah.
if I was in the cash position that I wish I was in right now,
Hmm.
I'd be buying up those auras off of eBay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's all that's holding me back is that like I don't care about the other comps or whatever.
Mhm.
I would be buying those at the $2,000 price, right?
Mhm.
Same thing probably with Peely. There's probably like Lane said, like if he had the cash flow, he would no doubt go for an 8.
Yeah. See, but to your point, I think what it is that a lot of people were like that, and then it
Hmm.
ended up jumping that price.
Yep.
So that, and you get what I mean? So now it's like, so for somebody like you, let's say you came in right now, you didn't have an aura. The game you have to play is, okay, I'm willing to put 2 to 3 thousand in, but it's been consistently going over this price. But now the Dylans and the other collectors of this world have this card. Now an auction pops up. They're chilling on the sideline. This is my opportunity to get it at the cost that I feel I can afford. And I think
Hmm.
that's what this moment was. Somebody that, it could have been somebody doubling down, could have had a Pilly already, or it could have been somebody that finally got their opportunity to get the first one at the price that they felt was comfortable for them.
Yeah, and I mean, a Peely at 6, 7K. I mean, I get it. I think
Yeah.
it's fair. If the Black Knight Italy's going for that much,
Yeah.
I feel like they got a steal probably.
Yeah.
I
Cause I
mean,
mean,
there's no doubt in my mind
yeah.
how good Peely is because of how well branded he
How
is.
you, mm-hmm.
Like we talk
Mm-hmm.
about this all the time. There's only so many skins that people know the names of the skin.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So even casuals know Peely.
And I'll take it a step further. There's only so many skins that Fortnite themselves are willing to market. It
Hmm.
you like if you look at it, maybe one to two a year, and I'm not talking about action figures or anything like that, but 1 to 2 a year of skins or characters make it into the rotation of actual, like, back to school, anything that kids grow up seeing. And even in the merch realm, it's just not too many skins that fall in line with that. Is under 10 skins,
Now
literally.
that I'm thinking about that, I have to go back and like this is just off the top of my head.
Yeah.
But like Fortnite is a game around guns and stuff like that, and like shooting.
Hmm.
A lot of people don't vibe with that. It's
Yeah.
a shooting game and stuff like that. Peely's so far off that it's just a banana,
Yeah.
right? You know what I mean? So easily branded. I'm trying to think of anything else. I mean, you got Drift, and you got Raven,
But they're like,
but
I
like
get what you mean.
even
Yeah.
like Jonesy and stuff like that, you don't see them too much. Like they don't do too much besides like the Nerf
Mm-mm.
guns.
Yeah.
Like Nerf guns, it makes sense, so they do all those different ones.
Hmm.
No, for all the other ones, you don't see it too much. For like merch stuff.
Yeah, and
So
I think that's what I always look at. I don't look at I'm not None of us are having that conversation of when the kids get in. We know that's a thing, but we understand that this is a generation of collectors that's collecting between the ages of 20 to 40 and even higher, right? 40 to 50, 50 to
mhm.
60. So when I'm looking at the merch that's pushed in like supermarkets and stores and stuff, I'm just looking at what Fortnite wants to market, what skins they view at that level. And that's all I'm looking at when I look at those things. Not so much about, the future of, kids collecting.
So JT is saying like PWCC is like a small platform. I think he said
Yeah.
same thing with Golden, and that's 100% true because like I didn't have an account until we
Yeah,
had
yeah.
started going and watching these, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's when I created accounts. So you have to create an account to be able to even buy it.
Mhm.
There's so many hoops you have to jump through just to be able to bid on these items, which
Mhm.
is good for high end items like this, right?
Yeah,
Because you're gonna get a buyer, and
yeah.
that makes sense, right? Because if I was selling something like that, that'd be nice to be able to go on there.
Yep.
But that's true. It's like they don't have what they have on eBay, you
Mhm.
know? Not saying that they didn't get the price because anybody who has the money to be buying these cards probably is
Yeah.
looking at PWCC, you know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Yeah.
So, I get that it's a small platform. I think we're still just waiting for the hobby to grow and get
Mhm.
bigger, and it still is, like, people don't know about Fortnite cards.
Yeah. Like that's Yeah, like Lane is saying, it's the kids know the skins they know. You know what I mean? It's no way around it. It's either the skins that they play with because they're more casual, and as we know, kids are sweaty these days. It starts like at 8 years old. But either way, it's the things that's in front of their face. It's the things that they see consistently, and Pilly is definitely at the top of that. So that's undeniable.
So Lane is a teacher. He says that he always sees kids with Fortnite tees and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, and I see kids just walking out with Fortnite stuff all the time when I'm
Mhm.
out. But here's the thing: like that, kids will be kids. They'll get whatever they're watching, whatever they're doing these days, right? But what I like about Fortnite, and I don't know if this is just like the crazy blue car theory.
Mhm.
Like when you get a blue car or a red car, or you get a certain model of a car, you
Mhm.
see it everywhere.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
don't know if it's because we have a podcast on Fortnite because I play Fortnite,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but like I'll listen to a business podcast, they'll mention Fortnite, right?
Mhm.
I'll be listening to anything else, and then I hear them mention Fortnite. Something about metaverse, Fortnite,
Mhm.
this, and I hear it all the time in all these different places, mentioning it outside of the game world. Like I'm not
Mhm.
talking about gamer stuff, like completely out of the blue. They'll be talking about something and then they'll compare it to Fortnite.
Yeah. S
That blows my mind. I don't know if it's just because I'm so like entrenched in Fortnite,
Mhm.
but I feel like it's not. I see it on like sports highlights.
Yeah.
House of Highlights post Fortnite
Mhm.
4 or 5 years later after its hype. I mean, I see
Yeah.
it all the time.
And to your, it's a little bit of both because I'm the same way.
Mhm,
I'm always like, is this me or is it because it's just naturally happened? I think it's just both. And the thing is though, what we always talk about is you can have a Fortnite conversation in so many different avenues. And now one that's picking up is comic books and all of these things. It's so many different avenues that you can have a Fortnite conversation, i.e., even in business, serious business talk, you can have a
mhm.
Fortnite conversation. And so that's what just makes it an anomaly to me, and that's why we kind of been 10 toes down on it.
So, like, I don't know if you guys know this, but Tim Sweeney, the CEO of Epic Games,
Hmm.
so Apple released the new Vision Pro. I'm
Hmm.
sure you saw that. I'm
Yeah,
sure you were
yeah, yeah,
all into that, the new
yeah.
VR and stuff. And he tweeted,
He
I'm
did.
I'm gonna have to find it.
He did tweet.
He tweeted a joke on the day of the release.
Hmm.
Um,
What was it? Fish stick, right?
it was a fish stick, yeah.
Yeah,
On the day of the release of the this is exactly what he tweeted, y'all.
yeah,
When Apple released their VR, he tweeted this. Um, everyone thought it was pretty funny.
yeah, yeah. And it's one of those things where Donald Mustard and Tim Sweeney have a unique way of saying that they're not a part of something because they're building it. If you get what I mean.
Mhm,
Like I can truly believe that Tim Sweeney is like, yeah, I'm not really with this at this moment, like when he first said it, because it didn't fit the game. And that's true. But that doesn't mean
mhm.
that they're not working on, you get what I mean? Is one of those things where you have to always read between the lines of not just Donald Mustard, but Tim Sweeney as well.
But
He's
like,
always 10 steps ahead.
if you look at the Vision Pro,
Yeah.
right, and what it connects to, and who knows what the future has, but like basically the Vision Pro for Apple is a VR. Pretty much, you can do anything. You can connect your like MacBook to it. You can use Premiere. You can use Illustrator. You can
Yeah.
do all these things like in your room in like VR, right?
Yeah.
Who's to say you can't connect that to your PC
Hmm.
and then play Fortnite in the real world like that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think there's definitely, I mean, VR might be different than what we're thinking.
Hmm.
If I can chill in my chair
Yeah.
and play VR and like look without like my monitor here,
Yeah.
I'd be fine with playing Fortnite like that.
Yeah.
As long as I don't have to get up and move. Maybe that's not what VR is
Yeah.
necessarily. Bringing the media in front of you anywhere, that
Hmm.
might be what VR is.
Hmm.
So
That
anyway, I just thought it was hilarious how he just like he had that. He's
yeah.
kind of saying like they stole his like his
Yeah.
design.
Yeah.
It was pretty
I
funny.
I like it though. I think that us as Fortnite collectors keeping an open mind of the direction, because
Hmm.
I think the time of pivot is gonna get shorter and shorter. Like how we have these waves of major news and major changes. It's gonna get shorter and shorter because as we seen and talked about last week, they're dedicating bigger teams to bigger projects. Not saying they haven't before, but they're putting more people in more places and in less places, I should say. And I think that is just them preparing for the next wave of what they're gonna do. Um, and that's gonna be interesting either way.
Yeah, and so let's get back to some of these skins because I want to talk about a
Yes.
special skin. Um, Dynamo made it into the battle pass, guys.
Yep.
So we've talked about Dynamo before,
Mm-hmm.
and I do not have any Dynamo USA shards. I do not like this skin,
Yep.
but like I keep seeing her, even her PSA 8. I always thought it was like pretty cheap. I was like,
Yep.
dang, there's a Dynamo skin. No one's buying Dynamo. I should get
Yeah.
one just as an investment. But like I'm
Mm-hmm.
collected first.
Yeah.
I don't wear the skin, but now she made it into the battle pass.
Yeah.
I'm is this gonna become sweaty again?
Well, what's unique about this is that I don't like keep going up the same avenues. But this is what we're talking about when it comes to popularity in game We talked about Pilly just a minute ago of popularity overall. That's what Pilly
Mhm.
is. Pilly is popular, period. That's what that is. It's literally just what it is. When it comes to skins like this, what makes them unique is the possibility of what Fortnite decides to do with them. Because Fortnite didn't decide for the skin to be popular. You know
So
what I
yeah,
mean?
it's kind of like whenever they do stuff like this, you have to think future. Like
Yeah,
if they're doing this now, what are their plans in 2 years? They work in
yeah,
like 2 year increments, right?
yeah,
So them putting her in the battle pass means hey, they recognize that people like and buy this skin.
yeah.
They reinvented her for the battle pass. What else will they do with her?
Right.
And then, therefore, is this a speculative investment for card buys?
Yeah.
Now, we do not give investment advice here. Just
Hmm.
saying that's interesting.
Yeah. And like I said, I don't have a dynamo either. Always
I
thought
can
it
see it
was
being,
a
I can see this version being sweaty, just
yeah, no,
regular.
I can already see it, especially the they did really great on that style of skin. And JT, that's a great theory. I like that theory a lot. And before we go into the next topic, Lane, I got it on my TV right now, so I've been paying attention.
And then we got Sloan back
Sloan
again.
is back, and it
Actually,
goes.
this is my favorite outfit
There's a dope
from her.
outfit, and this for the people that's confused when it comes to movies and films and shows. If you do not see the death, if you don't see the body, that character is still alive. That has been since forever. So that's one of those situations people were confused. I think that's what I love about Fortnite storyline in the because now kids are getting adapted to what storytelling is, right?
Mhm.
What you think is happening is usually not happening, and what you're sure about, you can guarantee that it's gonna pivot in some way. And
And
that's
with
just one of those situations.
Fortnite, with like alternate versions of you and all this
It's
kind of
so
stuff and snapshots and stuff.
yeah,
Literally anything can happen. So you have to
yeah.
like stand on your feet. Um, Sloane is a definitely an interesting one. There is no card of Sloane, but there
Mm-mm.
is like her first cover appearance
Yep.
in Zero War and stuff
Yep.
like that. If you guys are interested in her,
They butchered most of her covers, but they bodied at least one. The one with Doctor Doom, that cover is perfection. But the the rest of them, I mean, then you got the rare one, which is the what was that 1 of 25 or 1 of 50?
I believe so. I
It
haven't
was
looked
one
in a
of those.
while.
Yeah,
I
but
didn't
yeah,
like any. There was one Sloane cover for the comics that would have been amazing. Like I liked
yep. I
the
know what you're
layout
talking
of
about.
it.
Yeah,
You know what? I'm just gonna have to go to
the Wolverine one.
FortniteComics.com.
Yeah,
Here.
Warfighter. This is what Warfighter. I always felt this as well when I first seen it. You seen her close it, uh, and technologically, I'm pretty sure she had some protective mechanism, and along with that, even though her head was exposed, but yeah, never fall off on that one.
I haven't checked
JT, she
this in a
did that. That
while.
that that scene was dope.
So this one
Oh
right
man, I
here.
hate seeing it.
So the layout, like them coming out of her hair and stuff,
Yeah,
would have been dope, right? I thought the layout for this was great. I
almost
just didn't
perfect.
like that they gave her like a muscly lip.
And then like a witch's nose. It was
Yeah, I mean they completely messed her up there. Otherwise, this would have been an amazing cover, in
this
my
is
opinion.
this is a cover where like Dylan, I appreciate what it is. I
Yeah,
hate that the ball was dropped, but I can still kind of it's hard for me to take it away, but I can kind of like ignore it and appreciate the cover. But it was definitely one I wish the artwork was just a little bit better.
I think they. I mean, like I said, the layout I thought was dope. It was
Yeah.
just the execution, in
Go
my
to that
opinion.
other cover. The one with her and Doctor Doom was the that cover. Now that is one of my
This one
that's
was
one of my
great. Yeah.
favorite covers. That her and Doctor Doom look that joint is crazy. Yeah, that joint is crazy.
Yeah, for sure. That one was good. She could be one of those villains that just she would make it like a badass like live action villain. I can
Yeah,
think of a couple actresses that would do good for her. Like she could be a long term villain in the future. So like maybe her first appearance is not a bad idea.
yeah.
I don't know too much about comics. I don't know about like how good first appearance of villains do. I think they have to be pretty
Mhm.
major villains
Get
because
it.
a lot of villains. But
Yeah. You know that yeah, I'll let JT comment on
see,
that. That
like,
JT is the
JDC, I liked the layout of it. I just didn't like what they did with the upper lip and the nose.
yeah. Woo, 10K.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
okay.
that so Lane, actually we talked about this on here and I think he was in that chat at that time. It was one of those situations where we was like Oh, for any audio listeners, Lane said, "Does anyone else enjoy that no series 4 has been released? I've been able to catch up on so much collecting without being distracted by a new series. Don't get me wrong, I want it, but it's been nice." And I completely agree. I felt
Completely?
that this was well, yeah,
Mm,
the reason why is I think that it's great for new collectors that really felt boxed out. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
for us, not for
I like
us.
it too,
Yeah,
like, cause
yeah,
like, I'm in this point where, like, I'm trying to get more money to reinvest and buy some more stuff.
yeah,
I've sold a lot of my stuff, and I sell it for, like, super cheap, like, I keep selling all my Renegade 9s. I'm realizing I wish I had some of those back, but,
yeah,
um, I'm happy that the market's still down so that hopefully I can get my cash right and start buying some more collectibles and keep.
yeah,
So, like, I'm glad the Series 4 if Series 4 dropped right now,
yeah.
I'd be depressed because I wouldn't be able to buy anything right now.
Yeah. See, for me, I'm fairly content with my collection besides a few that I'm being very picky over. That's kind of where I'm at. Um I did take a L on one, but that's besides the point. But like Lane is saying, it's one of those things where us being taken high ground, I appreciate that the people that listen to us that just started 6 months ago and just felt like the opportunity was gone.
Imagine
They have those
imagine
moments.
starting now. Like, if you
Man,
start now, right, you have 3 series no, 4, if you count
or
Reloaded, like, let's
yeah.
not forget Reloaded here.
Yeah,
You have 4 series, like, you can start collecting,
yeah.
and, like, that takes a while to build up, you know what I
But
mean?
and you have to factor in what type of person it is because if this person is a person that gets extremely excited, then they're gonna go down the core route. They're gonna go down into wait, what is prototype? They're gonna go into everything. They're gonna be
Mhm.
completely overwhelmed. And you kind of so if you are a new collector, relax, like relax and just find what you want to do. It's a lot of opportunities out there. If we're being honest, a lot of the prices are what maybe what it was 2 years ago. Would you say that maybe
I
like
I don't know, the prices are all over we haven't had a point like now, because
yeah.
right now you can get shards, 9s, some 10s for under $100 of good cards.
So put it this way: what we were buying a raw card for 2 years ago is now what more than likely a PSA 9 is, and that's a great value. Not as I
Sometimes a lot of PS9s are actually lower now. It's kinda
yeah
crazy because,
yeah
like, at the height of it, it was like, a Peely, I think, sold for, like, 11K, right? I
mhm.
believe. I know
uh
a Red Knight did.
no, Pilly sold for I think it was like
Well, it's I know the
7.5
Red Knight sold
raw.
for, like, 11K.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
like, is all these cards so, like, I sold a wild card for 700 raw shard.
Hmm.
Then I was able to get the PSA 9 for 400.
Hmm.
Um, and then let's say I sold Ice Kings for like an Ultimate Knight for like 1,500.
Hmm.
They're going super cheap now. So
Yeah,
I mean, it's like right now like prices have come back up, some have gone down. It's a really strange market. There's still stuff that's still super down. If
yeah.
you look at Series 3 cracked ice, you can get 9s and 10s for $50.
Hmm.
That's kind of
Hmm.
insane.
And it's one of those things that I think people will be either extremely disappointed or extremely comfortable if a series 4 or a new set ever gets announced. It's either people that kind of chilled or felt like it died and they
Hmm.
laid back, or it's going to be people that kind of was doing work during this time and then they felt that they finally covered some ground of what they missed or what they couldn't do before. Um, and we don't know when another set is going to come out or if it is, but I think this is a great time in the market either way.
Yeah, I mean, there's still stuff that I want. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And so I want to because as a collector, when they do release more cards, because heck, they release makeup, they have to do more cards.
yeah,
When they do release more cards, I want to be ready as a
yeah,
collector side and buy
yeah.
what I want to buy. I'm surprised Meowscles made it back before Midas,
Well,
Battle Pass wise.
battle pass wise, yeah, you're right. Well, okay, I guess if you count Midas Fort Nightmares moment, that's kind of major because that was like kind of, but battle pass
That was
wise,
in the
yeah.
Battle Pass, right?
No, but Fort Nightmares was like it was like
Yeah, that's
kind of
true.
dedicated to Midas revenge type thing. So he kind of had that moment. But yeah, Meowscles is back. That is,
So somebody just hit on the Facebook group. If you guys don't know this, somebody hit a PSA 10 reloaded Black Knight.
yes, yep,
Um, that's pretty major. I don't collect Black Knight personally, but and
Mhm.
this is his second card, so not as major, but like people are chasing these things now. So like
Mhm.
Meowscles would be a great one to get a PSA 10
Yes.
in.
Yeah.
Black Knight, look, there's 1 out of 24.
And to be honest, as Reloaded becomes more chased and sought after, there's a lot more in there. Like it's
Hmm.
kind of we're just like kind of like gradually talking about like what could be of
Like
a
Renegade
it's a
Raider was
lot
a
in there.
layup.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. It's a lot of layups we've been talking about, but there's some stuff in there for sure.
Yeah, like Renegade Raider is a layup. Meowscles is a layup, right?
Mhm.
Jonesy is a layup. Like everyone should understand that people are probably going to want that card in some way or form.
Yeah.
Um, there's a couple other ones that I'm thinking of that like I'm not even going to talk about, but there's a lot of ones in here that are going to only have one of. Um,
I'm gonna say one that and I'm gonna say one that is not I'm not saying it as in it being a big card or a valuable card, but as time goes on, the soccer skin gets more interesting to me.
mhm.
It doesn't mean that it's going to be I just think it's more interesting as time goes on if PSA 10s become important and reloaded across the board. I
Mhm.
I I I like the soccer skin a lot.
Hey, who has the Lux PSA 10?
That's me. That's me.
You might be the only one to ever have that.
Yeah,
I should
that's
have sent more. I should have sent more stuff in because I got
yeah.
so many tens with that order. That's
Yeah.
the same order I got the Renegade
You
Raider.
had the right grader that day for sure.
I did have the right
Yeah,
grader
you
that
had the
day.
right grader that day.
So there's only one Black Knight 24. How many tens? How many tens total?
Richard, yes,
31.
Lil Whip is definitely one as well. That's a good call.
Little Whip is interesting.
Yeah. His
Like he could stick around, but like I kind of see Little Whip kind of like I see. No, I think Little Whip is a little bit better, but Little Whip's like Tomato Head.
yes.
Um, and then under
Well,
them you would have
yeah.
like
No.
Flapjack.
Okay. Okay, how about yeah, okay, if you they're in the same tier. Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
that's
Yeah,
kind
they're
of
in the
that.
same.
They're
Yeah.
below Fish Sticks and Peely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like so, like Lil Whip, like he has a lot of creative stuff that could go with him. I could see it being funny and brought into some stuff. He's just, I don't think he's as high quality as Peely and Fish Sticks.
I no, he's let's be real. It's going to be hard for any of those type of skins to kind of transition into that. Um,
True, true.
I think it will only be ones that's kind of already in the system. What I mean by that is like a tomato head or a beef boss getting something major. Like that's the only way. But other than that, they're kind of in a class of their own.
Um, so he has 2,000 fire, 23,000 wish sticks. He's decent. Like he's not one that would pop to the top of my head from Reloaded. Definitely could have potential
That
though.
Warfighter, it definitely is, bro. That joint, when I first heard that joint, I said, "That is wild." Yo, it's like, yo, that joint is wild. I was
Now, if
like,
we ever see this card,
bro. Bro, why did they just change the color? Because you know it was matter of fact, it has a different color. I mean, I guess it's the I don't know, bro. I don't
I
know.
don't know either. I want this skin though.
Man,
I mean, we should do a reloaded. We should do a reloaded night and just like go over all the top reloaded skins that we think.
yeah.
If you guys want, I don't know.
Mogul Master, yep. Mogul
Mogul
Master.
Master is probably the ones I would sleep. I pulled a couple of those out. Mogul Master is.
Hmm.
If I had to pick one besides the top three Meow Schools,
Yeah,
because I really want to focus on like first like the rookie card, right? So I don't
hmm,
focus on Black Knight. Black Knight, of course, is going to do well. And whoever got the 10, they're going to do great. But besides like those, like Midas maybe, but like the first appearance ones, Mogul Master's up there. She might be number 4.
yeah.
I go Renegade Raider, Jonesy. Those could swap. Who knows? Meow Schools and then Mogul.
Hmm.
I don't know who beats Mogul.
It's not too much that could
You could say
honestly,
maybe the soccer, but I doubt it.
but
Mogul
I
Master
would even put
outlived.
well, the thing is, I think the mogul card looks better, even if
Hmm.
you had that conversation of in game, yeah, the soccer skin may have been more popular, but this is once again like iconic, and I'm not talking about iconic overall, but like when it comes to like sweat and try hard skins, mogul has to be there.
There has been It's just that the where's reloaded. Dun, 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 dun. There's a lot of reloaded cards. 238 cards have been graded.
That's climbing. That's
It is
climbing quick.
climbing.
That's climbing
I
quick.
didn't submit all those guys.
Yeah,
That
that's climbing
wasn't all
quick.
me.
So,
I mean, they are base cards, so like it has to be like a really followed card. That's why like
mhm,
Little Whip, there's gonna be so many. They're not. It might not get that kind of price.
right.
Renegade Raider is gonna be so sought after. It makes sense.
Yeah, Reloaded is definitely top heavy. It's that
Yeah,
it you I mean like you're saying, you kind of have to be top heavy with Reloaded cuz it is such a hard grade. Like you
yeah.
can't kind of be like too experimentative. Maybe you I mean you can, but if you want to play your cards right, it's definitely top heavy and you
Like if
kind of got
you're
to be.
looking for like a return on it,
Yeah, you got
you're
to
gonna
be.
want to go for the ones that are gonna have like a huge fan base,
Yeah.
right? Like don't just go and try to get like an Arachne and get a 10 and think you hit pay dirt and gonna go on the Facebook group. Hey, look, I
Yeah.
got a 10 reloaded. Maybe, but I doubt you're gonna get that much for it.
Cuz let's be real. The truth is with Reloaded is this. If even if you were doing it for your PC, you're gonna pull your PC cards multiple times.
Yep.
It is about the grade, and you are spending money to get it graded. So you do have to think about the whole scale. Something that you don't have to technically do in the other sets. Reloaded, you do have to be very strategic with what you're doing, just based off of everything you're going against.
And the problem is gonna be demand, right? So
Yeah.
like because there's so many, they're not gonna be that many people chasing the tens of like random like people's skins and stuff. So
Hmm.
like I doubt the demand's gonna be up there unless it's like one of the big ones.
Yeah.
Um, so like if Renegade Raider, I feel like I mean you all saw how fast I sold mine. Someone
Yeah.
wanted it right away.
Right.
Um, I don't know. It'd be interesting to see if the guy sells the Black Knight. So I'd be interested. Honestly,
Mm.
it's his second card.
Uh huh.
So I want to see like what is someone willing to pay for his second card and
Yeah.
Reloaded.
Yeah. I think that. Yeah. I don't want to. Yeah. I will. I wonder what he plans to do with that as well.
I don't know, Richard. That baffles me right there, man.
You want it though.
Um, did they rush it? So the way looking at the cards, the material is different
Hmm.
than the other ones. I don't know. I don't know how else to explain it. It's like softer.
Hmm.
So I don't know why. I have no. If anyone who's, we had the people who worked it. It would be nice to get someone from Panini in Italy into one of these podcasts, like to
Yeah.
ask them
Yeah.
because it's definitely different. The cards are softer.
Hmm.
What really adds to it is they're black.
Hmm.
So, and I mean, like you said, like it was cheaper. The packs are cheaper. The
Hmm.
packs are more paper and less foil.
Yep.
So the Fortnite series packs are all like foil. These packs are like paper,
Yeah.
right? So a lot more friction and harder to get into the packs, more like ripping and stuff. Just probably getting the cards into there.
Yeah.
The cards were not as well made, and they had black surface. So whenever you
Hmm.
have a black surface, it's going to be like super hard to get a clean one. So
Hmm.
even if you get sharp corners, which is going to be hard with the type of packs they're going in, you have to get one that has a perfect black.
Yeah.
I mean, even printing black is hard.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's a lot of factors that go into it.
Like it's funny JT said that because we said that before, Dylan. Like they have this, that's what works for Renegade Raider, that it has this vintage, it's
Hmm.
this vintage aesthetic to it. And that burnt orange with Renegade Raider, it really works amazing for that card. Uh and for even for Jonesy, Recruit Jonesy, it works amazing for Recruit Jonesy. It's a couple cards that's what we forgot. Did you no you said Recruit
I
Jonesy in
said
that one.
Jonesy.
Yeah, okay, yeah, yeah. No,
Yeah,
yeah,
I have a PSA 9 Jonesy. I did not hit
yeah.
a 10. This is one until I get a 10. I'm never selling this one.
Listen,
That orange, like you said, it looks like
is it,
sports like rookie
yeah,
card.
it has a vintage look to it. It works with what Renegade is in game and storyline wise. It's listen, like we said, Reloaded is top heavy. It's a strategic set. It is a set that you are going in with an intention. A lot of great pulls out of there. Like you even think about like the event cards and the loading screens. But it's a strategic set. We will all be lying if we didn't say that.
Oh yeah, I mean, honestly, I like the Renegade rated card in there. Like I
Yeah,
love cracked ice cards, right? I don't care
yeah,
for base, but like reloaded base,
yeah,
I don't know. It kind of hits differently with Renegade Raider. Jonesy too, like he has
yeah,
that same color, that same OG feel. The
Yeah,
fact that they're OG skins and they're
and
only base and like it adds to
yeah,
it,
it does.
it's unique, right? It's definitely unique. That's something you'll
Uh,
see like all the time.
Lane said he want Eduardo's. Yeah, no, Lane, Eduardo holding one with that. That's a card. I don't care what nobody say. Especially, I I don't have an opinion on Italy or Brazil being what it is. I mean, could it flip? Yes. Is it gonna flip? I don't know. But a Brazil 10 in anything is major. Like it really is. It's major.
So it is right now, like because I remember when Italy was hard to find and then it just exploded.
Hmm.
So like I don't want to make any big claims
Right.
because I've seen more Brazil master sets than I have singles of any of their cards.
See,
Like I've
yeah,
seen more Brazil master sets than I have, I don't know, Black Knight Brazil cards.
yeah. See, and I agree with that. Where I think it gets unique is kind of what we were just talking about with Reloaded. It's a lot of master sets out there. Which one's gonna make it through that PSA, BGS, SGC door and pull off a 10? That's the
I mean,
conversation
that's
to
true
me.
because Brazil cards in general, I don't know if you
Yeah.
guys know this, but it didn't come in boxes. It came in like a pack.
Yep.
And the way the pack comes in, it's just they have so much in there
You
in that
fighting
pack.
against
So
odds.
yeah, so I agree. My thing is there may be a lot more than we think.
Hmm.
We don't really have that information. I can't I literally there's not enough information about Brazil cards. There's only
That
like
yeah,
3 people who hold all of the stock.
yeah.
Like they got all the stock. So
And that's the beauty of the conversation that's going to continue throughout time because like hype, yeah, I'm glad you're going to pull it up. I was just about to say this. So where are we at with Italy?
they have so Italy's at 69. But you guys have to remember we didn't even see Brazil for a few like till after Italy, right?
Mhm.
And it started to jump up later. Like Brazil's catching up. The thing is it only has 110.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
I agree. I think you're right when it comes to what is out there. The numbers is probably high, more than
Yeah.
likely. What gets through that door and gets a 10 is a whole different
Well,
conversation.
I mean they got 8 9s though. That's close. That's not too bad. That's close.
Yeah. I mean, it's just I guess it would be how far spread that was.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it is 8 9s. Um,
I mean
I don't
that
know,
is
man. It's interesting.
I mean, but if you look at Reloaded, I mean, it's still grading better than Reloaded.
And that's but this is the beauty of especially series one. This is what I love, like because you had this point a while
Hmm.
ago. What you love about series one when it comes to the crystal shards is the different patterns.
Yep.
It's a separation. It's a slight, and even with the Italy and Brazil, it's a darker tint for one of them. I think it's Brazil. I think Brazil is a little bit darker. Uh, all of those things is just going to create a conversation as we go on.
Yeah.
Like
Hey,
it's
I'm glad you brought that up because, like, that's why I do like. So I don't, me personally, you guys can
yeah.
do whatever you want. I don't have a separation between Brazil and Italy.
Hmm.
To me, they're pretty much the same looking card because
Hmm.
of the pattern, right?
Hmm.
One people will be like, "Oh, this one's darker, this one's better." And I don't really care about that. USA Cracked Ice looks visually different than Brazil and Italy. Those two look really, really similar. Um,
Yeah.
Series 2 and Series 3, they try to copy it and then try to make it look a lot closer. And to me, it's not different enough, but you can also tell it's not USA.
Yeah.
So it kind of gives you off like a not as cool, in my opinion. So like if I was to buy Italy cards, me personally, I'm going for Series 1. I stayed away from like Series 2 and Series 3, Italy.
Yeah. It it's definitely almost it
They're
has a
pretty
it
they're
has a
pretty
slight
close.
you yeah, like as your eye is trained, as you're in it, you could tell a
Yeah, as you
difference.
sit there staring at your Luxes all day,
Yeah,
you're like,
yeah,
"Oh, I can
as
tell which one this one
yeah,
is."
you know, but it's so close is ridiculous.
You said USA and Brazil eyes look the same to you, but Italy's
Really?
different? I think you get and that makes no sense. Or are you talking about cracked ice cards?
Yeah, and Glorious, you mean Italy. Wait, you
This got
mean
this sentence has to be written wrong. There's
yeah,
there's no way.
yeah, a lot of people feel like this, actually. I think you too, Dylan.
Yeah, this is exactly how I feel. I so the story I heard was that they were literally getting master sets from the factory.
Mhm.
That's a rumor. I have no idea. I'm not trying to cause a market crash on Brazil cards and stuff like that. That's what I heard. And after I heard that, I saw sale of a master set, sale of a master set, sale of a master set. And I mean, I don't even know if I've seen one Italy master set sale, maybe one.
Yeah,
But Brazil, I've seen a bunch. Like at least the Italy one was clear cut. You had to pull the cards.
yeah.
Like for us to see no boxes for sale for Brazil and then
Hmm.
see all these master sets, it doesn't add up. Like
Yeah,
one group of people got these, or they got master sets and boxes and stuff. I have no idea.
yeah. That
Um,
that's a narrative that the not just the Brazilian collectors, but the Brazilian cards is gonna have to face, for an extended amount of time for sure.
Inglorious. The USA ones look different, and then the Brazil and Italy ones look similar.
Yeah, yeah. Like
Italy
Italy,
and Brazil both have the different pattern.
yeah. Like they look.
I don't even know if I
Here, you got this. Right here, I got the Italy and Brazil.
have me.
Yeah. Now my camera focused on me, so it ain't gonna be able to get too
All right, let me see
close.
what I
But
have here.
let's see. I don't know if y'all will be able to see it, but
Oh, I have a Brazil card. All right, sweet.
that is Brazil,
I have an Italy card.
and then this is Italy, and then obviously that's USA.
I'm a little bit closer, so I'll.
Yeah,
Who won't throw me up there? Oh, sweet. Too bad I don't have. I sold my Italy cuddle team leader. All right, so this is. Let's see if we can. Let me take it out of this plastic here. Take these plastics. All right, let me see if we can see that. Kind of hard to tell with this light.
yeah, buddy.
So then you have that one, and then you got the USA shard.
Tilt it a little bit more when you show them, like kind of. No, like move your wrist, flick of the wrist. There you go.
You're all seeing that difference? Now, if you look at the Italy and the Brazil, sorry, I don't have an Italy one. You can kind of see how they're both like tinier shards.
Yeah,
Definitely different than the USA. It's kind of hard to show on camera, but they're very similar.
Richard. You want to know why these is out the slide? I mean, out the sleeve, Richard, because I'm waiting for my overshields. That's what it is, don't you know?
Yes,
It's
and they
the
ship on the 20th. If you
the
guys have not placed an
overshields.
order yet,
So
they ship on
that's what
June
it is.
20th. I'm gonna have to order myself like so many for online. All right. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know what Inglorious. I don't know if you saw that or if
Yeah, he said
you agree.
he got him. I think it was just like the flip thing. Definitely was.
Yeah. Yeah, but they're definitely very similar.
Yeah.
But for that, I'd rather have it hard to pull. That's
Mhm.
what like the allure is. That's why I like Italy over Brazil.
Mhm.
But like at the moment, it appears that Brazil was printed less. But I know from experience, Italy used to look that way.
Yeah.
Like I was on that train
Mhm.
where Italy's printed less because not as many people collect sports cards over there. Cards they collect stickers. USA collects cards, so they're going to print more.
Yeah.
Over time that got flipped. You know what I mean? So I was proven wrong on that. So I'm not jumping to conclusions for Brazil just
And
because it looks short print does not necessarily mean it's going to be that way.
yeah, and the packaging that Brazil comes in, the longer they're sealed and just sitting there, we'll see what effect that has.
But at
'Cause
least it's in foil.
yeah,
Look at
it's,
Reloaded. Like
well,
those
yeah,
the reloaded ones, I don't know. Like I feel like the longer reloaded sits ungraded,
yeah.
I don't know. That's the one that I think it has a bigger like
Well, not
time
only that,
restraint.
Reloaded can have that with that thin paper or whatever you want to say, cardboard. It can have an effect long term of just sitting as well, like you said. It's not sealed. It's a sticker that holds it down pretty much. It's we'll see.
No idea on that lane. I'm not even gonna touch that with a 10-foot pole. Lots of different theories about reprints. As far as we know, as far as they said they didn't, but then like Wayne and a whole bunch of people said that they did, that there was reprints.
Hmm.
It definitely a whole bunch of product popped up. So I feel that. Um, I'm just saying I thought the same thing, Inglorious, for Italy. Okay. I thought Italy's gonna be more rare for all these different reasons, market size, who's buying, why would they print this much, X, Y, and Z. Did not turn out that way. Um, but I do get it. There's a chance. I'm not saying there's no
Uh,
chance. I was just saying I'd be hesitant.
now I will say kind of what Lane and Glorious is getting at. I will say that based off my experience, I definitely had extreme trouble with a Brazil Hollow. Like I knew who had a Brazil Crystal Shard, so I couldn't say the same thing. But Brazil Hollow, man, that joint is no joke. So we'll see how that goes, and that could just be because it's over there and not over here. It's not as in circulation. That's all the
It
case.
could be that no one's
Yeah,
buying.
yeah,
Could
it's
be
a
that no
lot of
one's buying
different
the fat
things.
packs.
Yeah,
Buy a fat pack of Brazil. I bet you'll be a whole bunch of hollows. I know there was like we want to talk about epics.
mm-hmm.
The amount of like so many good cards are in epic. So we're talking about
Mm-hmm.
like Peely, Ghoul Trooper, Skull Trooper. Those
Yeah,
hollows, I saw guys selling stacks for like $1 a piece.
yeah.
Like Peely's for $1 a piece.
And but I guess what we can look at it as well is like hypothetically speaking, let's push it to five. Let's say five people hold all that weight, right? And they all have stacks. Depending on how they are controlling it, how they
Mhm.
have them protected, all of these things is going to go in the factor of the the greater number. Like you said, I think that it is when it comes to Raw, 100%. It seems weird. Just the whole situation seems weird. I think it's going to kind of be a little unique when it comes to grading, though.
So you said you'd rather have Brazil 10. So would you pay more for Brazil 10 than an Italy 10?
If you
I'm
want me
not.
to be honest, I can't say I wouldn't. I'll be
I'm
honest. I
not.
can't. Especially matter of fact, I'll just use my personal. I'll use my personal experience based off of Lux and what I've experienced when it comes to like Italy and Brazil. I might. I
It's
might.
this
I'll
to me.
be.
It's the same card. If I was buying an Aura, right, and choosing Series One, I'm just saying that because my favorite card, and like I had to choose between Italy, Brazil. I mean, they look the same.
But that's not what you.
They both have the
Okay.
same creepy
you-
backstory.
You're not wrong. Where the thing will change with that. So let's put order there. Where it would change is how you collect. Once it comes into okay, I actually want to have a 10 in this or even a 9.
Mm-hmm.
That's when the conversation changed because it's not even
See,
about it. It's just not available like that.
more rare. They're the same card to me, but I mean, that's just me. I think they're pretty much the same
Well,
card.
they're not the same
Yeah,
card though. They're the same
it's
form
the
of
same
print.
card, but it says it's made somewhere else on the back
If it was, I
of the
think
same year.
if it was a high PC card for you, I think that would change. Like if it was, or you would have and not even in a weird way. I just think that,
I'll be completely honest. Like
yeah,
in my collection, like I couldn't even remember. Like I had this color team leader. Couldn't remember if it was Brazil or Italy. Like because they're literally the same card to me.
it's a for me. I mean, I guess it will be based off of like I like to collect the like internet like the international sets, and that's where it kind of got unique for me because Brazil is it doesn't mean that it's I agree with Dylan where it's like the narratives are the same. It has a lot of weird stuff going on with both,
Now,
but um it is hard to get.
I mean, it is hard to get, but so let me do a quick Fortnite Brazil. All right, I'm gonna look on here. So we got a Black Knight for $1,800 here raw. Another one for 5,000. And what is that graded? That's a 9.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little expensive. I'm gonna try to see if I can find the packs. See how many master sets are for sale here. So master set, we were just talking about that. There's master sets here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's look at Italy and see if we find a Italy. And I haven't done this search, guys, so I have no idea what's gonna pop up. Probably eat my words. Oh, no Italy right away. So y'all can call it rare, whatever. But when that many master sets and they're selling them for 5K, 2K, 3K a piece, and you wonder why, but you can't find them,
Yeah.
it's because someone has them all and they're selling them all as master sets. These people right here.
Mm-hmm.
You click here. If you want Brazil cards, buy 3. It says 5 available.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, this is Lazy Links. This is our guy.
Yeah.
But let me go look for. Let me see if I can find them. There used to be another guy.
No, I know. Yeah, and I know which one you talk. Yeah, he had abundance of it to say the
You want
least.
hollows? Here, come buy some of these. They're super expensive. No one's buying these Brazils. You wonder why there's none graded? Is it this one?
Yeah.
Last one. So this one is it this guy? So whoever this guy was from Brazil who had all of these,
Mm-hmm.
like he had packs. He has so many different listings. See if they have any others. Look,
Yeah.
34 watchers.
Mm-hmm.
He has all the Brazil cards.
Mm-hmm.
Like we don't know how many they have because they're selling master sets for a couple thousand. So I don't know.
Well,
I'm not jumping to any conclusions here. I just don't buy into the whole Brazil thing just yet.
yeah. I
See,
mean,
look, this is a guy because I bought from him a long time ago.
and it's
And when I
also,
bought from him, he had
mhm,
so many.
yeah. My thing
And
is
then
this. Yeah.
real quick, it says 5 sold, right? When I bought from him, it was the same thing. Like this is
Yeah.
not his whole stock.
Yeah.
I bought his last 2 and then
Yeah.
instantly came back up. There's tons.
Well, yeah. The way I see it is this: if you are like, if you're interested in that, in the narrative of that, right?
Mhm.
You get a PSA 10 and you just close your, it's just, it is what it is. You get to see how many PSA 10s or PSA 9s come after that, even with all of those things on the market. More than likely, those things are going to grade in between that 7 and 9 range. So I guess that's where it's interesting. But like, wait 1 second, let's go back to this one real quick because I agree with this. Just because it's rare doesn't mean it's worth money market wise. But I can see where you're coming from. X rare cards right now in Brazil is 2K master set compared to a USA master set at 100K. 100%. You can find the master set. Is one of those things where it's like kind of where do you want to play? Uh I get both sides for sure. I definitely do have an interest in the Brazil angle just because as time goes on, if it's found out that okay, these are the master sets and this is that much and this is all that's left and there's still only 5 PSA 10s, like let's say 5 years from now, it just adds interest to that card.
Brazilians do love playing Fortnite. That
Yeah.
is true. I don't
Yeah.
know how Brazilians collect. I don't know if the card market's huge or not. Would I say argue the same for USA? No, because USA got some like you have people like what's the people near you?
Oh, David Adams.
Like David Adams, they bought a whole bunch of stock from people, right? A whole
Hmm.
bunch of boxes, right?
Hmm.
That's not what's happening here with the Brazil. We don't know what they got these for. We know that they probably got those for retail or more for like $20,
Yeah.
right? We don't know how many they have, but the US ones were done so hard that it's still hard to pull. The Brazil
Yeah.
ones, it's a crapshoot, guys. I've opened these. You get 2 legendary per pack, completely different. The odds are completely different. So this pack here, right? You get like 10 hollows and 2 cracked ice cards
Hmm.
for $100.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, you're trying to tell me that's the most rare. How can they sell those and not run out? You know what I mean? You want to talk about master sets for all the people who bought
What
the
is the
master
Italy
sets.
mega box set?
Let's find out. More than that, Italy mega box. I know it's not a 300. Let's see. So, wow. Let's say there's no 399. Y'all 200, maybe 200,
200. Yeah.
roughly. So I don't know. It's just there's so many different things. I mean, I'm not against it. I'm just saying I wouldn't jump to conclusions.
Yeah. Because
It's been 3 years though. So few have been graded. So I doubt there are as many master sets as you. It's not think like I've seen them. I've watched them sell. I know people who've bought a couple.
okay, so even in that instance, let's say how many master sets have you seen? High, high, high. Not even low. Not even just high. Let's.
At least 7
But even then,
without
though.
looking.
Yeah. But
And I just
even
saw another one there on there too. That's
right.
without
So,
looking.
but the way I look at it is this way. If
Actually,
let's say you seen
wasn't
10.
there in the Facebook group? Didn't we have like a poll of how many master sets people have of Brazil?
Like, and even okay, let's say even if it's like, let's say you've seen 10, right? Let's just bump that
Hmm.
up. If you put that at 40, if you say it's 40 master sets, and
Hmm.
we just take out a Black Knight, and let's just leave it at Black Knight. You take out Black Knight. The way I see it is, it still has to jump. Not has to, but the people that are collecting the gem of Brazil, it's still going to be hard to pull that off. And that's what we haven't seen yet. That's all I'm saying. I think over time we'll definitely
100%.
see, and I think that's
I
what,
get that. I'm
yeah,
just saying that we literally don't have any idea how many are out there.
yeah, yeah,
So that's all I'm saying.
yeah. Cause I think that
People are saying that it's like they think that there's going to be the rarest ones and all that kind of stuff. We've seen this with Italy. We literally saw this happen. So
yeah.
like, and we saw USA come over top and beat the shit out of it.
I think because in my
I
opinion,
think it's wishful thinking.
I think it could be the most. I think it can be the rarest one. Doesn't mean it's going to be the most. Obviously, it's not going to be the most valuable one. I do think it has a chance to have the lowest numbers.
So
So
you're specifically talking Black Knight PSA 10
yeah,
Brazil cracked ice cards could have the lowest. That's
yeah,
possible.
yeah. That's all.
Definitely
That's
possible.
doesn't mean it's going to be. Obviously, it's not going to
Because
be the
I
most
mean, if you
valuable.
look at it now,
Yeah,
they're the closest to that, right? So like Brazil, 17-1, right?
yeah,
You know what I mean? So like Italy's already at 17 to 69, right?
yeah,
So definitely they're definitely on their way.
yeah. Because like it's one of those things where I think it's not even like for when it comes to Italy, USA, and Brazil for Black Knight specifically. I don't even think it's about the price closing in. I think it's more so about what is available. And then I think as time goes on, those master sets that you talk about, I agree. I think it might be a lot of them out there. I just don't know how many is going to actually do
I
great
mean,
when it
people are
gets
talking about
graded.
like they love it because it's so hard to grade. Well, then how come no one's jumped on the Reloaded train then besides like a couple of us?
Because that's series one. That's
I'm
it's
just
a
saying, but it's
it's
Brazil. It's pretty much like third print.
yeah, but you
Um,
gotta it's a even though I love Reloaded, it's a major gap between the three sets and
no,
Reloaded.
I hear you on that. But I'm
Yeah.
talking about Renegade Raider
Hmm.
and a Brazil Black Knight. I mean that baffles me that y'all make that someone's gonna say that like because it's hard to grade. If that's your reasoning,
Well, no, it's because more than likely 80 to 90% of the hobby is not going to be able to afford a USA Black Knight. So
yeah.
that puts Italy and Brazil in a whole different conversation because it's like if Black Knight is that card,
Hmm.
this is the options you have. And
Yep.
as Italy's selling for 8,000, okay, is a BK Brazil going to sell for what is it going to sell for? Like, that's kind of the options that you have left.
When am I cryptic? I'm such an open book. I'm the biggest open book there is. I just have a thought and I just say it. What do you mean I'm cryptic? Um, whoa. No, see, I can't
Okay,
take.
no, 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 I'm
No,
not with
guys,
that.
come
Yeah,
on.
I'm not with that one.
I agree with.
No, no.
I think I get what y'all saying. Series one is king. I can't argue that one. There was something I did want to argue though. This one. It's been 4 years now. We still haven't seen a flood of Brazil cards. We still haven't seen a flood of Reloaded, and I mean it came out a year after it. The thing is with Brazil is one seller has them all, and why are people going to grade? People don't grade stuff that isn't worth a lot of money, usually, right?
Mhm,
Besides the pandemic, grading cards was for high end cards. So you have USA, and
mhm.
then you have Italy. People are just now starting to grade Italy. Brazil's going to be coming once they get through all those. Like
Right.
if you look at your collection and you're going to send cards into grade at $20 a pop, are you really going to choose your Brazil cards or are you going to go for your USA ones?
I
That's
would put them
why
on
they
the.
haven't been graded.
Well, no, I don't see. I don't think it's. I mean, I do think that that's definitely a part of it for sure.
I
It's
graded. I
definitely
had Brazil and Italy,
yeah,
and I
but you
kept putting
don't
Brazil and Italy off to the side because I had USA ones to send in.
see. But even then, you still don't. You viewed Italy in a high realm of Obviously, you had it like USA, Italy. People really value Brazil. They value the scarcity of Brazil. So
Okay.
I think that time
Are
is
you
coming.
sending in Brazil over Series 2 Ruby, Lynx, Aura, Crystal?
Depend
Are
on
you sending it in over
what
any of
card though.
those?
What card?
Huh?
Like like are you talking about like BK?
All your Brazil, any Brazil cracked ice.
Oh yeah, I would for sure. Yeah,
You
like
would
if I
send a
have
Brazil cracked ice over like Crystal cracked
yeah, because I
ice,
want to
Series 2
see
USA?
I want to see what I'm working with. So if I'm still in a like okay, so for instance, let's just hypothetically
I
speak.
I
Watch,
can't
let me
believe that you would.
watch
To
this.
be honest,
If I'm
otherwise
if
people would.
hypothetically speaking, okay, so
Hmm.
let's say I have 3 Brazilian crystal shard Lux, right? I send those. The reason why I'm sending those in before those is because even if there's a lot of Brazil out there, how hard it is to get them. And I don't want to
Mhm.
play the game of ripping them. I don't want to play that game. I want the card. I don't want to rip the packs. I don't want to do that for Brazil. So if I get a dud, if I'm going for a 10 and I get a dud of 3 9s or an 8 and 2 9s, I have to go back in the field and try to get a 10. And it's just I know with my USA, I have this. I know it's gonna have if it's an investment, I know that I can kind of make my money back. And if it's a collector's piece, I have time to do it. I'm not worried about that. I can kind of look at it and see what grade it's going to get. Brazil and Italy is unique in that way, where more than likely is condition sensitive. So I want to get that out the way to see if I have to play the game again.
In a hobby box, there's no cracked ice in hobby boxes.
Yeah.
You only get cracked ice in mega boxes, except for Italy Series 1. You can get it in like the little tins, but it has to be one that's the 12 pack, not the 6 pack.
Hmm.
Brazil is just in that pack. And
Yeah.
again, the Brazil cracked ice, they give you the same rarity,
Hmm.
I
Two
believe, from what I
legendaries. Yeah,
remember.
like two.
So if you
Yeah.
get a legendary cracked ice, you're getting 2 legendary cracked ice.
Hmm.
Just to be clear on that. Um, Sorry, I missed some comments while I was ranting. Would you want a USA Cracked Ice Series 1 PSA 8 or Brazil Crystal Shard Series 1 PSA 10? Um,
PSA 10 Brazil.
PSA 8 USA. Crystal
Yeah.
Shard? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm taking a 10 Brazil for sure.
I would rather just get an Italy one.
That eight's gonna pop back up, guaranteed.
But is it going to pop up for what I can afford?
Yes, compared to a PSA 10 Brazil, for sure.
I'm surprised I'm hearing this from you because you love the Crystal
I
Shard so much. You guys
100.
are flipping.
No, I still feel the same way. USA is king to me for sure. I'm just talking about what I'm talking about is based off of now. If we're talking about like if I don't have any Lux cards, of course I'm gonna
Oh,
go
I
for
was.
let me see.
See, I'm glad you put or at the end of that sentence because I was about to fry you up, Richard. Brazil Shard. Oh, you said Black Knight. Okay, I thought you said Brazil Shards over any Series 2, Series 3 USA.
No, yeah,
Brazil Shard Black Knight over any Series 2 or Series 3. Definitely Series 3, definitely. Like you can't even count Series 3. It's like the print runs are gonna be hard.
hmm
Um Series 2, I'm trying to think besides, I'm a big fan of would I rather have a bleaching shard? Are you talking about raw?
no
Trying to think.
tens. This is tens. I would.
This
I mean, Richard can clarify, but I'm pretty sure we're talking about tens here.
Well, no, because he said every series here. Are you talking about tens or like raw, Richard? Uh,
For
uh,
me, is the 10 is the only conversation when it comes to Brazil.
mhm.
When it comes to like compared to a USA,
And I respect that.
yeah,
Me personally, it's just like an Italy 10 and a Brazil 10. They look like the same card to me. Um, like I'm not paying it. I'm not paying an upcharge because of that.
yeah.
Um, if
Now
Italy
if we
was wait,
now if
what did Shard not say? There could be 2,000 Brazil shards of each skin. Won't matter for PSA 10s. Won't matter.
exactly, yeah. If it's a PSA
Yeah.
9, it's just like definitely
Yeah,
that's not be.
if it turns out so what Shardock is saying, like,
Mhm,
to Rob's point, right? The PSA
mhm,
10s are major. If you get
yeah,
it, if you get a 9,
that drop off
it
is there.
yeah, because we don't know anything about Brazil. There could be
Yeah,
2,000. Even if there are
mhm,
2,000, you could still
mhm,
be safe because of how hard they are to grade
right,
if you get a 10. I
yeah.
can see that point. I can see that point.
L l
I'm still struggling with this one because, like, right now, no one's paying attention to Series 2, and y'all are missing so many great skins from Series 2.
but
Um,
even in
I'm trying
that
to think over Black Knight though. It is a hard one.
yeah,
Series
because
1 is king.
here's the thing, you would comfortably this is what I'm getting at, you would comfortably wait for another Series 2 or Series 3 of any card besides Aura to pop up and get and
If it was
solidify
a
that
10, no.
100 I mean,
There's
100
another card I'd rather have, but
that
that's
but
personal.
no, what I mean is for a Brazil Shard BK PSA 10, I would assume most people would take the chance of having that card and then waiting for a Series 2 or Series 3 10 to pop up. That's not Aura because he said other
Probably.
than Aura.
Series
It
3, of course, of course,
yeah,
of
and I
course.
mean even
There's some rare PSA 10s from Series 2 that people are overlooking that
for
we've talked about.
for sure, but it's see the thing is like when
Money
it
wise, it makes it difficult because, like,
yeah,
honestly, I probably would do that and I'd sell it and then
mhm,
buy a shit ton of Series 2
mhm.
personally. So I get that point. That's why I'm struggling to, like I'd rather have a Hush personally.
Yeah, for P,
PSA
yeah,
10.
yeah, and
Um,
I guess
but
the
it's hard money wise because money wise, I'd probably pick the Black Knight and sell it because
yeah, because I think
I
the
guess there would be more people trying to buy that PSA 10. I agree with that. Like
yeah,
like Shark Knuckle people, like they like to get they want to get the whole set in tens, right?
mhm,
Like you're
mhm.
saying. So I if we're talking tens, if we're talking raw, I'd rather have a Hush
Oh
raw than
yeah,
a
and
Black Knight
I'm
Brazil raw.
not. Oh wait, hold on.
Personally, I'm not saying that's right money wise. I'm just
Yeah,
saying I'd
yeah.
rather.
No, I might still take a. I would probably take a BK in that. Now,
Hey,
if you
I
say
missed so many
yeah,
comments here. You might have to repeat if you want your comment read. Like I'm not thinking like there's something like I would buy like I was buying something like I want Cuddle Team Leader. If I saw it for Godzilla, I'd buy Brazil.
mhm.
Like I don't hate on Brazil. I'm just saying like people
No, I
saying
get
like it's
yeah,
the rarest card, right? I was like,
yeah.
we don't really know that. We know this from experience. I saw this happen with Italy. I was the person who was
Yeah,
saying
but
Italy's gonna be more rare than
well,
USA.
well, here's the thing though. You seen it happen at Italy when everything was still fairly fresh though. Like it still was within the first 2 years of anything. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Now people we have an extensive pop report, extensive sales, and that's where it kind of is different. It's different in the aspect of we've seen throughout time of what is there and what is available, and of course, the Brazil, it has all those things going for it, but we've been in this for a while now. It's not the same as when Italy first dropped, where it's still everything was still fairly new.
Or 10 is more valuable. Probably Ice Queen 10 is probably more
Oro 10
valuable.
is real, bro. That Oro 10.
Ice Queen
Ice Queen
2.
2. Ice Queen 2.
Yo, what's up? What's up?
Nah.
Welcome. Let
That
us know if you have
that's
any questions.
yes. What's up? What's up? That's I like that JT said that, because that's one of the things that's why it's so crazy to say a Brazil 10 over certain series 2 shards, because there's some out there that's the rubies of the world, Orals, Ice Queen. I mean, Ice Queen numbers are absolutely ridiculous. Like it's
So
crazy.
as you guys know, taking high ground, we're expanding into other card hobbies. Fortnite is my love. This is what I collect. I don't really collect
Yeah.
anything else. But I
Yeah.
want to give other hobbies and card hobbies like checklists and like kind of do what we do for high ground for Fortnite, kind of bring that to everything. But as I'm going through those checklists, I'm realizing like Fortnite is so unique in that people want to complete the set.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, for like sports and stuff, they want to create rainbows and stuff like that of certain players. But like Fortnite, people really want to complete the sets,
Hmm.
right? So Ice Queen only having two PSA 10s
Hmm.
is major. I don't know if she still does. She used to,
Yeah.
right? So that's a major part of it. So like when JT is saying Oral's more valuable, that's really could
That's
be
a
it.
that's a real thing.
That could be a real thing because someone's gonna want that if they want to
And
complete this set.
I think the better word would be, and like JT, like I think the better word is, there's a couple skins that could cards that could really compete just based off of that. Just based off those.
That's not and he didn't say that's a better card. He's
Yeah,
not saying Oro's a better card.
yeah.
He's saying it's more valuable,
Hmm.
right? Because there's gonna be a higher
Scarcity.
demand of people and there's less. If there's only 2 and there's 20 people with a lot of money,
Hmm.
the demand's gonna be there. Now, if there's like 17 and there's not as many people, it's demand, right? So, I mean, that's a major thing. Um, MC said that it's truly insane because people would, I guess, like if it's that cheap to get a master set, can't they just like if a Brazil PSA 10 is selling for 8K,
Hmm.
right? Can't people just buy the master set and grade it? It has to be difficult.
Hmm.
I mean, if the you could, I mean, how
Yeah.
many people have 5K, 2 to 3K just to make that gamble and do that,
Hmm.
rinse and repeat?
Yeah.
I mean, and then if you do that, those people like MC, you just said this the other day. You graded your Peely, right? And now you're like, dang, I have to go get another Peely. Like people
Exactly.
who
Yeah.
buy the master sets aren't
Yes.
looking to go grade one card. They
Yeah.
have a complete master set.
Hmm.
Unless if they do that, they have to go get another one to finish their master set again.
Hmm.
So that's why a lot of Black Knights probably aren't even up there because they're in the master set, and not many people are going to break up their master sets.
Hmm.
Now they will. They saw the 10 sell for 8K. Now they might,
Yeah.
but at the same time, they may not. Right? So
Yeah.
it's not so black and white.
It's not. It's not. It's so many different ways. Like, because that's a good point. There's a lot of those cars that's hidden in that set, and let's say it is 40 of them, just
Hmm.
hypothetically speaking. That's 40 cars that it's going to take a while for it to see its moment of grading, and then you have whatever's left out there. Yeah, it's not black and white. It's nuanced, and that's what makes it interesting.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep Brazil prices super low so I can stack them. If you guys want to be honest, if I was stacking anything right now, it would be Auras. But I'm not even doing that. I'm not doing anything. The only thing I'm stacking, to be completely honest, like I haven't already sold anything of, are my comics.
Hmm.
I've bought some comics and like they're so cheap that I haven't sold them. That's the only thing I'm stacking, to be
Yeah.
honest. Um, I mean they do, but we have zero information on Brazil, and like one person seems to own all of it, and they're
Yeah.
selling master sets. Like I can't be the only one who finds that suspicious. Like at least megas are across the board against all these different sellers,
Hmm.
right? You know what I mean? So I don't know. I
Yeah.
mean, there's so much to be known about. I mean, I should reach out to the guy and have the guy on the podcast.
There you go.
Y'all want me to do that? I'm gonna reach out to him. Say, hey, you want to come on our podcast? That's what I'm gonna
Then
do. I'm gonna reach out to him on eBay.
then Kari, with this, Kari, I talk about this all the time. It's so many different sets that you can do, man. It really is. It's a lot of different things. And I think that's what, so for instance, if let's say 2 years go by without another set, this is the type of things that's going to happen at a wider scale. People are going to start collecting in more unique ways, trying to
Mhm.
gem out random sets and stuff like that. I think that's where we're going to get to. So this little break in between sets, is kind of beneficial because people start to think different than they would usually would with just kind of going through the motions of another set dropping.
So on the website, I'm trying to add like what you're going after. Like I made a link here and I haven't added to it yet, right? So like it doesn't really have anything, but it's supposed to be hobby checklist and goals, and all I have is like the links to here.
Yeah,
But that's kind of what I was getting after, is that I want to create lists like that, like give people ways to collect.
yeah,
I know people want like headhunters and stuff like that. Someone wants to collect all the Jonesies. So if
yeah,
there's anything else you guys are trying like can think of and want to let me know, that'd be great. Like if you're collecting something and like you want other people to see how cool that is, like they should try to do that too. Like the ice set, or like I don't know, the top tier 100 battle pass skins.
yeah.
You know what I
Does
mean? That kind of
yeah
stuff. There's a
that
lot. So if you guys want to shoot me a message or put in the comments of the video, like what
yeah.
type of checklist, what type of goals you have, let us know.
It's one of those things where I thought about it for a while because I think that at the time when I first started thinking about it, everybody was still in the motion of trying to get their collection. It was a lot out there. Everybody was trying to get their collection, but there's so many different things that you can do. Even like it could be like little small competitions within that of sets to complete because the thing is it's just so many different factions. There's so many different like we said battle passes. It's different head cannons that's like the headhunters and the Jonesies and all those of the world. It's a lot of different things you can do, and it's definitely fun.
What in your opinion is the most underrated card by Fortnite card collectors that is on the THC top 50 list? I mean, we talked to, I don't know when you got in here, get hype. We talked about
Yeah.
Dynamo early
Hmm.
in the episode because we've been saying like and we can bring it up again. She's in the battle pass for the new season. They brought
Uh-huh.
it back, and like there's like a hashtag that says reinventing Dynamo.
Yeah.
Um, so Dynamo is definitely up there because people just don't like her card hasn't like sold that much, right?
Mm-mm.
Um, I'm gonna add it. Let me look at the top 50 here, see if I can get you um confirmation on that. But let's see here. See if anything pops out. Fish
Drift.
sticks. Fish sticks.
Drift. Yeah, fish stick is
It's fish
definitely.
sticks. Like I
Yeah.
don't even have to go further than that. Fish sticks is like the most underrated.
And I'll say fish stick, bright bomber, drift. The reason why I say drift, once again, another Fox Clan member is in the battle pass. Fox Clan is Fox Clan is growing rapidly. There's
Actually,
definitely
yeah, drift is
yeah,
up. Drift is up
yeah.
there.
Fox Clan is growing rapidly. As you can see, for it's seeming as though they're leading to a major Fox Clan storyline. In what form, shape, and form or fashion, we don't know. But two battle passes back to back, another Fox Clan member is added. Uh, it's going to be interesting to see what that is. I think it's a lot of legs under that, especially with Drift being technically from this reality, California, all of those things. I think it's gonna be a unique tie-in.
So we have Peely right under. I mean, fish sticks right under Peely, and their prices are so far apart.
Hmm.
So I would have to say like that's why I'm and like Fish Sticks being in the comics. He was in the new trailer for this again.
Mm-hmm.
Freaking, we talked about earlier. Even Tim Sweeney posted about Fish Sticks.
Mm-hmm. He was in the
Um,
trailer. You know, it's
he was in the
just.
trailer. He would be so good in movies. He's so
Mm-hmm.
funny.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I mean Fish Sticks. I mean,
Did we
even
ever
meme
show?
wise, if you go on YouTube and you look at
That's what I was
memes,
about to say. Yeah.
if you go on YouTube and look up shorts and reels, you don't see Peely that much at all anymore. You see Fish Sticks a lot. Like do a lot of funny stuff. Like they had him eating a fish and they did all this funny
Yeah.
stuff for memes. Fish Sticks is definitely
Did you
underrated.
see the did we ever show the Fortnite short on here? The short of Fish Stick when he was in the lobby with
No,
Omen.
we
Yeah, we
didn't.
gotta we gotta show that one day. That shows the
Let me see if I can
personality of
find
Fish
it.
Stick right
One
there.
sec. Let me see
Is
if I can find it.
yo, we on the same page, bro. I told Dylan this. I'm not even gonna cap. And I'm not talking about card wise. Zadie might be my second favorite skin in the game, bro. That purple iridescent, that joint takes the cake. And then she got the white style. Yeah. But I've been rocking Zadie a lot for the past. What she came out? That one came out 2 seasons ago now. Yeah, I've been rocking that one a lot. That's one of my favorites. So we on the same page with
so
that one.
I like Zadie a lot. I don't rock her that much, but
Yeah,
like I used to see her all the damn time, and then I got her, and the new styles look great. I don't wear. I haven't been seeing her as much
yeah.
as I
Z-
used to. Still great skin. I tried to buy it, and like I said, like it's hard for me to find a USA. Like you guys are faking on series two. Like it could be the same thing as Brazil. People just don't think they're selling for not, so they're not selling them. But they don't pop up that
oh
often.
yeah, don't get it confused. Series 2, Pop Report, how often you see certain cards, it's real. It's
Yeah, I mean
real.
it's just as hard as series one,
Yeah.
and there's some major skins in series two. So I mean, let's not forget about that. Now I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna try to do this with audio.
Yeah,
Share screen.
yeah, JT. Pilly's gonna be in everything in some shape, form, or fashion for sure. He's he's cemented. That is a given.
All right.
Yeah,
Can you hear this?
yeah.
Night. Let's do this.
Stop it every 10 seconds and just say something quick. Just copyright
Oh,
claim.
copyright claim.
Yeah,
Like
there you go.
that.
Yep, there you go. That works.
Hello. What?
I thought we talked about this.
Talked about what?
Your outfit, man. It's just not screaming Insano Death Squad.
So we have to talk about copyright now because
Yep.
like I don't want to
There you
get flagged and you
There
guys
you
have
go.
to hear
Yeah.
my voice again.
Crazy. This is the best.
We're trying to be intimidating here.
I am a fish walking on land, breathing the air. That is intimidating.
No,
So you guys get the idea. You want me to
Yeah.
keep going or?
No,
go change.
Are you serious?
Go change or you're off the squad.
Fine.
I'm so tired of this.
It's like he's not taking this seriously.
He gets one more chance.
I don't know if it's been 10 seconds, but
No,
I can't wait to see what he comes back as.
Behold, the mullet marauder.
Oh.
Now what?
yeah, it shows you that they were planning Fish Sticks person, and that came out 2 years before the comic ever dropped.
So
And
this video that I just played is from YouTube. It's 3 years ago.
yeah, is that well, I guess it was actually around the same time now that I think about it. But yeah, that is crazy that they were planning his personality for that long
Is
time.
that pretty? I don't know. I just clicked the I don't know why it popped up in Portuguese. I have no idea, guys. That's not me. I'm not that seller. But I thought that joint was hilarious. Like you could do
Yeah.
an animated show with that. That dude's
Yeah.
hilarious. Fish Sticks is definitely has to be the most underrated one.
I think they had a firm idea of how they wanted him to be. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
is certain skins that they had a clear thought and agreed on how they wanted that character to be, and he's definitely one of them.
I mean, so Kari, yeah, like anything has potential in the story. Like Dynamo is a skin.
Yeah.
2 months ago, I would have been like, yo, you should get Dynamo skin because it was like a certain point in time. It was the sweaty skin.
Yeah.
Kids loved it. But it's probably not going to be in the story because it's like a wrestler chick, probably not going to make it. And they just reinvented her into the freaking battle pass. She could get a story now. So anyone can. So like Oblivion, Vertex, like you can't really sleep on anything that was at one point popular. If it was popular at one point and Fortnite noticed it,
Yep. That's
Like, they have the
exactly.
sales, they have the data, and that's why item shop. This is why I'm big on item shops, right? Because if an item shop skin sells all the time and keeps selling, they're gonna notice that, and it has a higher potential to make it into the story, whether it's battle pass now or in the past or not.
Yeah, and even on the side of that as well, what I love about the battle pass ones is the fact that you get to see the wish list. You get to see
Mhm.
they get to see who still desires the skin. Is it even worth creating a second style? Is it even worth putting it in the storyline? And like Dylan said, that is the popularity is evidence that people want more. And
Yep.
that's what they go is they may never had plans beside it being an item shop skin, but when they see what happened and how it had a ripple effect, it's like, yo, we have to find a place for this somewhere, and they kind of build a story around it.
I mean, and they do so many different seasons a year. They do so many different stories. So,
Yeah.
like, here's something to think about too, right? So every season they try to do a theme.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. And so every theme, like this one's jungle,
Yeah.
and there's temples and stuff. So
Which
Richard
is a
told me that
callback
Aura
to
made it
chapter
into the
season 8.
story, right?
Yeah.
Why would Aura make it into the story? Oh, because her background is like bounty hunter, like finding things like treasure hunter, right?
Yeah.
Just like Lux.
Yeah.
So in this is a jungle and there's temples for treasure to be found, right? So if you think about that for any of the other skins, like if it's a Christmas skin you like, if it's Nogops,
Yeah.
this Christmas they could bring Nogops back in a whole another style again,
Yep. There
right?
you
It
go.
could be anything. That's why Halloween skins like Ghoul Trooper, who's
Mm-hmm.
Series 1 USA Shard, which I want so bad, are
Mm-hmm.
major, right? Because you know Halloween's gonna come around every time.
Yeah.
We don't know when another like thing for like Aura for like finding discovery. We don't know when another one of those is gonna come around, but like
Mhm.
seasonal stuff, we know those are coming.
And yeah, and if you look at patterns, so like Dylan just brought up the temples and all of that, that's when Aura originally dropped, along with Lux, along with
Mhm.
Pilly. They dropped in chapter 1, season 8, which was what the volcanoes that was coming off of Ice King and Prisoner and Ruin. And Ruin
Mhm.
has that Ruin
Here
is
we go.
technically in the battle pass. I'm just gonna say that right there. He
I can't argue against it because they do anything now. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's like
yeah,
you cannot
yeah.
write anything out.
Yeah. So if y'all don't know why we're laughing is because for a very long time, I truly felt that Ruin and BK was tied. But I also felt if that's not the case,
Wait,
he
wait, wait,
had
wait.
the
When he
yeah.
says tied, he doesn't mean in value. He means their
No. Oh
stories
yeah.
are tied.
Thank you before somebody fried me. Yeah.
Yep.
Storyline wise, it aligned. But even as time went on, I felt that Ruin was important either way because of the prisoner, the Ice King, that
Mhm.
tie. And now we see that the prisoner is back in some form. And like me and Dylan always say, it doesn't mean that it's exact. There's nuance to each character that could technically be Ruin, or it can be a form, or it can be a part of a team. All those things kind of come into play. But yeah, anything can
So
happen.
I was shitting on that theory so much. I disagree, but
Yeah.
at the same time, a few seasons ago, maybe a couple chapters ago, I forget.
Yeah.
They were in the bunker. They were in something where the imagined order,
Yeah.
and they were trying to piece everything together.
Yeah.
And they had the 7,
Mm-hmm.
and then it was linked to the prisoner.
Yeah.
So like I don't want to jump to any conclusions because they had it on the whiteboard in game that
Yeah.
somehow the prisoner was connected.
Yeah.
So there's a lot.
I either believe Ruin is Relic or he's a part of that moon. That's what I believe. Same way
Where the heck
Ice King,
is
because Ice King has well, technically Ruin was a cause and effect of the volcano. So whatever that storyline that they build, that's what I feel Prisoner and Relic is a part of, or that Prisoner and Relic is the same person. I guess that's what we'll find out.
all right? So people were wondering what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Relic is one of the new battle pass skins. If you look at his arm,
Mm-hmm.
I pause that.
It's
Let me go back. Let me search for Ruin. So you think they might be the same person, Ruin
Yep.
and Relic?
Yep. Like it seems like to me personally, it seems like he has some form of a suit that covers the burn, and that's what it seems like to me. I'm interested to see what angle they take with this story though.
So here's an interesting thing, and they do this, right? So the guy who drew the foundation, who came up with the concept,
Yeah.
his name is Drew Hill.
Yeah.
He designed the foundation to mimic the Rock's tattoo.
Yeah.
So there's a big circle on the foundation's chest, just like, and it's supposed to mimic loosely the tattoo that the Rock has. So when you're looking, oh, am I not square? I
Yeah,
thought
no,
I was
it's
sharing. I
it's
wish you had
like,
told me that.
well, I thought you was about to
My bad,
yeah.
y'all. I did this whole thing and you guys were not even looking. My bad. And share. All right. So here's the
There we go.
ruin.
Yeah.
So and then we have, so here's the skin.
That
It
also
does
could
have
be,
like lava fingertips.
no lie, that could be Prisoner too, bro. I just, now that I see it in this form, it might be Prisoner.
I'll bring up Prisoner next.
Yeah. Oh, I think it's Prisoner. I take that back. I think it's Prisoner.
So let's look up Prisoner and compare them.
If you look at his, go to his last style. Yep.
And it's kind of like the other arm, but all right, let's oops. Did not mean to do that. But you can see his face here, right?
True.
I don't
So it
think
might be, so okay, I see now. I see where this is going. So I actually think they're from the same place. That's what it is. I think they're from the same place. You know how Ice King, they were their enemies and all those things. Now, I think that he possibly comes from the same place as Prisoner in some shape, form, or fashion, and that's interesting. So I take that back. Not Ruin. I think it's actually tied to Prisoner, and it seems as though they come from the same place. What is the? And
I mean,
then
he has to have some, like this reminds me of the way that's doing that. I don't know if it's lava. You can go back to Ruin and look.
I think it's
Season 8 was the same season, right?
Season 8 was the same season for Ruin, and Prisoner was the season before.
So if it is a jungle theme, that would make sense.
But and another thing you have to factor in is that more than ever, chapter 1, season 7, and season 8 was almost like part 2s. They were very simultaneous, and I think, dang, this might be actually crazy. So I actually think,
I don't know. The eyes are pretty similar.
Yeah,
it could be Ruin. If you look kind of like at the bottom half of them,
yeah,
it does kind of look similar. I don't know. I mean, you used to think he was the Black Knight too, so
I did no. I listen.
Yeah.
I stood on that hill, and I'm not gonna let that go. Anything can happen. Especially now, I think that's more Prisoner.
See,
I think
this is what's so fun about Fortnite, right? It's like, yeah, for sports, you can speculate, you can do all kinds of stuff. You can do that with Fortnite.
Same
You can't really,
thing.
you can do it with a little bit with Pokemon, but like the story for Fortnite is like happening right now, right? So as things change, you can speculate, you can hold on to all the cards and then get lucky. It's pretty interesting.
No, I do know what theory to stick with. The thing
I
is,
don't.
the thing is,
they can do anything. There's so many options.
Yeah, it is so many options, but this one is unique. The thing that threw me off, I didn't get to play the game today, but I didn't notice how much he looked like Prisoner. I thought it when I first seen, the picture, the promo picture, the angle, it looked more ruinish. So with this, to JT's point, I think that this is Relic and Prisoner is from the same world or some form, or it could be Prisoner again. I'm not sure, based off of a snapshot. I don't know what the case is when it comes to how that form is. I believe they're from the same place. When it comes to Ruin, I'm interested to see how that happens. I will go on this hill of Ruin is extremely important. My gut tells me one thing, and we'll see what happens.
I mean, he was. I mean, he was in the battle pass. He was a secret skin, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So I mean, they have to have some kind of reasoning behind that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
If it was confirmed Ruin was BK, would his market jump? Whose? Ruin's?
Ruin, probably. No, I don't. I think the speculation. If there's,
I guess it could. Like, what if you want? So let's talk. Like, MC likes to collect the knights, right?
Right.
Like, what if someone wanted the Black Knight? What if they wanted all the forms of Black Knight?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What if we get a movie or something like that, and that's his form in the movie? There's so many different ways that it could happen.
Yeah.
But just that announcement that he is BK, I don't know if it'll jump a notch. It
Yeah,
might.
yeah. Is
I don't know.
and it's one of those things where for me, just based off like because the reason why I'm so stuck on this one, like you said, there's a lot of theories that we've both had, but I felt the way the volcano situation happened, the Welling Woods. If y'all go back to that where BK was from, it I don't know, man. It's interesting. I thought they pivoted out by having Relic as ruin, but now that I look at it, it looks closer to prisoner than anything.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many. I've only played for like an hour today. I mean, I can throw up some of the other skins. I haven't really looked at everything.
JT, you said you played today, right?
Oh, he has this diamond thing on there. Like,
Richard pulled off
and all.
that
And usually I'm like that, but I've just been
Yeah.
so busy. I should be working right now, to be honest. But
It's good to get that's dope to get 8 hours on the first day. I think the last season, well, I never know. Last season I did more than like 3 hours. Was I think it might have been somewhere in chapter 3. Can't remember.
I mean, they leave hints all over the place with these things.
Good
But
point,
like
JT.
you really have to look
Yeah,
to find the connections. I don't even know what Five Tails.
yeah.
Let me
That
see,
Fox
wait,
clan, man. That
yeah, the
Fox
Fox
clan
Clan.
getting crazy.
This
That's
guy
a
had
dope
some
one too.
crazy.
Yeah.
So this guy has
Straight.
some crazy styles too. Wait, was that one of the logos on the back? Is that
Oh
the
yeah,
same
that's the
logo
same
for
one that's
Sloan?
flown. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So yeah, he's definitely one of Sloan's people.
Bro, I'm intrigued by I'm intrigued by this Fox Clan thing. This storyline has to start taking off. I like how they're building up to it though.
And she's like one of the main ones, right? She's like,
Yeah.
you know who she reminds me of?
Cool.
Raz.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, I can see where
She
you're
gives
going
me
with
like a
that.
Raz kind of vibe. In some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, JT, I watched a little bit of Cyphers today too.
Oh, I haven't watched any. He said Daniel said Nine Tails. We're gonna have another Fortnite collab.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Raz.
Raz's card is dope
Yo,
though. I
Raz
mean, I
card
don't even
is
have any. I don't
insane.
think, but I'm
That
not
was
a big Raz fan.
Yeah.
I don't really wear male skins, but like his card is fire.
Well, if I'm being honest, if I'm being truthfully honest, I really did not like that season. So, uh, I
You know
wasn't
why I love that season?
why.
Well, I didn't like the top tier one, like the
Yeah,
Spire Assassin. I
Fire
hated
Assassin,
that skin,
yeah.
all that kind of stuff. I loved the season because it was bows,
Yeah.
and like I'm a beast with a bow. That's like my
Yeah.
favorite weapon besides the hunting rifle.
No, and I liked so I didn't like the rat. I mean, I didn't like the Spire Assassin as in like skin wise, like to play with. I
Mhm.
did like what they did with her in game, like the voice and all of that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That was unique, but that was storytelling wise, that was a great season. They did really good with the storytelling for that season. But that Raz card, bro, when I pulled that card, I was like, okay, this card looks
The
crazy.
purples, man.
It was that one, and the ones that kind of took me back, like for Series 3, was that one and Drift, Frozen Drift. In
Mhm.
matter of fact, I take that back. Any of the Frozen cards, Frozen Fish Stick, all of those cards took me back. Those are great ones.
Now, Richard, if I wanted to, I could play 2 hours. I could start the podcast at 10 and just show clips of me killing you. Let's be real here, Richard. If you wanna get on it, I can probably find a clip with a bow right now. I'm a beast with a bow. You know what? I'm gonna have to post a short tonight. It won't take me long to
Let's see.
find.
What cards?
I'll tell you. I mean, you guys want ones I don't have? Like, I don't want to get yelled at. Focus. Focus is gonna blow up. Focus is a skin. Like, I don't know how to tell you. Focus is OP, and you guys are sleeping on Focus. I have like 5 or 6 PSA 10s, like 14 of them total, something like that. I don't know.
And I don't. And so, my opinion always with when it comes to the gaming side, I think if gamers come in and when gamers come in, I think it would be a balancing factor more than anything. And Focus would definitely be one of those cards. That's a guarantee. That when they came out with that style, oh my goodness.
Like, I'm telling you, when gamers come in, Focus is like a sure shot, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean she's along with the auras of the world and those things. Even 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 stuff like, okay, even though he's not in a major set, like the is two different type of gamers we're talking about. When we talking about numbers, it's the focuses of the world. We never got a surf, which Echo in my opinion is extremely underrated right now. Even though, I mean, I can't say Ruby's underrated because Ruby doesn't show up, so that's not even a conversation to have.
Ruby's
Yeah,
weird, and one finally showed up. It got sold instantly.
yeah,
Series 2 is weird, guys. It's I don't know what's going on with the. I mean, so let's talk about series. I mean, it's already 11:55.
I know, I
and
know.
It's a late one today, but I do want to talk about this real quick. If you go to the Series 2 checklist,
Early battle pass skins for sure, like the
so
Omegas and stuff like that. Yep.
if you go to the Series 2 checklist, it's the most interesting checklist in that uncommon was 50, rare is 60, epic 60, legendary 30.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen this done a couple ways. I did a couple ways. I have no idea how the print run is for this set.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it's physically possible, right, for them all to have the same print run.
Yeah.
Now, if you add on to how hard it is to find some cards, like we talk about 8-Ball, incredibly hard to find. Ruby, incredibly hard to find, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of skins that just don't pop up that should. You know what I mean? So, like Zadie, I can never find Zadie.
Mm-hmm.
So, I used to think it was like uncommons that were super hard. I think it might be these two columns here, the rare and epic.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. It's really weird. Series 2 is like a black box of print run.
Yeah.
I think Series 1 is probably pretty even.
Yeah.
Because like there's 50, 50, 50. You assume there's going to be at least the same amount of uncommons as like epics and stuff like that or more. But uncommons go with legendary, right? So like I think Series 1 is like an even across the board. Series 2, I have no idea. If you guys have some info, let me know.
Yeah, to Shar's, I like Shar's question. He said, "Will gamers inquire about scarcity and go for less game popular skins to pursue Series 1 shards?" Shard, I think they'll start off with what they know, and as they become collectors, that's what I think will happen. Because I mean, that's what happens anyway.
So that's asking the wrong question, right? So like you're thinking about this can be collectors.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about collectors, and the collectors always care about scarcity. They're just going to be more educated than the current market, right? And we're trying to get everyone who's not educated, like everyone here is like first adapters, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some of us are well educated. We've been here for long. We know like what are good skins and game stuff. In 5-10 years, most of the hobby is going to know this stuff, right? They're going to be nostalgic about stuff, and they're going to be collectors. The only reason they're going to be collecting cards is if they're collectors, and they're going to care about scarcity because collectors care about scarcity. So I think they're going to want popular skins, but they're also going to care about scarcity. And it's going to be like supply and demand, right? So they're going to want the popular skins, and if there's more people trying to get those skins, they're going to be scarce. I mean,
yeah, I think naturally, if on the gaming side, naturally you'll fall in love with the hobby, and then that's when the pivot happens. You start off with what you collect, what you know, what you love, and then as you fall in love with the hobby, and you might have that, the gamers we talking about more than likely will have that financial, that disposable income, let's say that, right? They're gonna become a little bit more creative with how they collect. They're gonna want to know what the scarce cards are, what the rare cards is, what the history is here, A, B, and C. And I think that's what's gonna make the Fortnite market so beautiful as we go on. Even if people come in, they're gonna fall into the hobby a certain way, and it's gonna help either side.
So Sharknock saying rare and epic are the scarcest. He says we've known this. This show's not just for you, Sharknock. There's a lot of people who don't know this stuff. We have to keep saying it because we get new viewers all the time. That's why we're trying to keep the information fresh. Because not everybody does know that. Series 2 is not chased as much right now. But that's what we think is that rare and epic. We have no confirmation. We're only go off of what we see and doing math and trying to be logical about it. But yes, that's what it appears, that rare and epic are less found,
Yeah.
which is weird because you would think like if they went with legendary, those would be less found, but it's a little different. Series 1 first edition, anyone will go after that, I would think. You would think, but like the way I like to think about it, it's not so clear cut, right? Because there's so many different collectors, and it's kind of like in sports, like you don't just go for the first ever sports cards. You go for like that year that had the best rookies and stuff like that too, right? So like Focus being in series 3, just because she's series 1 doesn't mean like she might get way more people going after her than you think, right? So don't just because it's not the first edition doesn't mean like you should like discount it.
Yeah, I think
It's a different, it's an interesting set.
yeah, and I
Fortnite.
think, but you see, and I think that's where I do think that's where Fortnite differs from sports, though, where it comes to series 1, it's equivalent to it's kind of equivalent to the 86 set, the 86 flare set for basketball, because there, if y'all don't know, it was a lot of rookies in there that wasn't rookies that had their
Mhm.
rookie cards. I believe it was y'all can add on to it, but I know for sure it was like the Charles Barkley, Magic Johnson. I believe Larry Bird. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong on that, but that added that luster to that set, and I think that's what series 1 is. Series 1 has so much compact in it, the nostalgia, all those things, even for skins like series 3 and series 2, when it comes to like the auras and the focuses of the world, they're gonna have their day for sure. But that first set is just something that jank just hit different. My favorite words.
I haven't seen your report, but I'd like to look at it. I get hype. Kari, see, this is my thing though. Is like Fortnite's been around. Like Series 2 has a lot of skins from that same nostalgic time.
Mm-hmm.
Like people forget, like it's not like Series 1 is not the only nostalgic one. Like, in
No,
5
it's
to
not.
10 years, all of these are going to be nostalgic.
Yeah, but
Midas is nostalgic to a lot of people. That's when they started. So you can't just say
see,
like Series 1 nostalgic. It's going to be nostalgic anything.
but here's the unique thing is it being the first set
Yeah,
with
it
the
gets a
nostalgia.
bonus for that.
Yeah,
It
that's
definitely gets a
yeah.
bonus for that, but not because of nostalgic necessarily.
No, it's
Yeah.
if I'm being honest, series 1, it's because of everything. It's that
Yeah.
it's that major to me compared to anything else. I think when it comes what we were just talking about for this whole night, with the Italy and Brazil having the unique prints, all of it's a lot of things that make series 1 series 1. The
Mhm.
epic card, all of these things, and then you get into the Italy print with the blaster box having the epic in the sleeve. I mean, in the packaging, all of these things make it kind of unique.
Um sorry, that's why he's mentioned it. Um yeah, I mean, thinking about like print runs, and it's like you said, it's confirmed. Like I know people have done tests and have done pull rates and stuff like that. So I just go into it thinking that this one's a little bit different. We're
Hmm.
saying that we know it's 50-50. Unless like Panini tells us we don't actually know, we can make all the assumptions we want.
Hmm.
Unless someone got confirmation that I wasn't aware of. Pokemon go after the first set. Yeah, but Pokemon's different, right? Pokemon released the same Pokemons year after year after year after year. So of course they're gonna go for the first set. That's what makes it rare. Like, oh, you got the first one. You know what I mean? Fortnite's not like that. Like,
I will say this though,
it's not as clear cut.
it is in this instance. The series 1 checklist is deeper than any other set. Now, if you could technically debate series 3, but then the difference
Just say
between
series 1 and series 2. Just say series
yeah,
1
okay,
is
series 1
because you
yeah,
can't compare series 3 and series 1 because
for
of the print
sure.
runs.
Yeah.
So you can say series 1 is deeper than series 2.
Yeah, and that's
I
the
mean, if
it's
you had to pick one, of
yeah,
course, go for Series 1. But what
yeah.
I'm saying is, like, you can't limit it. Like, Series 2 has a lot of potential over some of those Series 1 cards.
Yeah, and what I think is though, to Kyrie's point, you'll go deeper down the list to buy a dud of a PSA 10 in series 1 than you would in series 2. Now, that's not we had this conversation as well. People are going to get hip to how rare and scarce series 2 is as well, and that's
Mhm.
going to take time. But I do think that series 1 had kind of holds that, but series 2, people are going to be surprised in 5 years how that pop report looks. It's not going to be as
Oh,
crazy
yeah,
as
for
people
sure.
think.
I mean, if you have a Series 1 cracked ice card
Yeah.
and it's a decent skin, it's a grail.
Yeah.
Like if you go and look at the pop report, right? Especially
Mhm.
if you like a 10, like I have a 10 hunting rifle, right? Like
Yep.
there's gonna be very few people who have this.
Yeah.
Of the millions of people who play and who will start collecting, very few people are gonna have that. So
Mhm.
I can't disagree. I think Series 2 is gonna be similar, but like Series 1, the first set, you cannot go wrong with the first set. I'm not trying to downplay Series 1. Everyone knows Series 1 is king. I'm just
Yeah.
saying Series 2, it's not like it's like years behind it, guys. It's like right out the
Mhm.
back door. It's like right there. It's coming.
Yeah. No, yeah, for sure. And I think we're and once again, we're not even factoring in, I guess it depends on how people look at it, but I know for like me and Dylan, the way we look at it is with the story unfolding, with all of these things coming into factor, any set can have those next cards. And that's kind of what we're seeing happen as time goes on.
Yeah, so this is kind of like I was talking about, like the first year of anyone. So like you
Mhm.
guys know I'm a big Aura fan, and a Focus fan. So like the year Focus releases, like Series
Yep.
3, like that could be a big one,
Mhm.
right? Um, Crazy thing about these sets, it's like there's a hitter in all of them. Like people didn't think like Series 2 had a hitter, but
Yep.
like things are changing like
Mhm.
quickly. You know what I mean? So um, a Series 2 Optichrome set would be kind of crazy.
Yep.
People don't collect like
I
Optichrome. They
know.
don't realize Optichrome is just as rare as Hollows from Series 1.
It was I actually, so it's ironic. When my father started collecting, he's chilling. He ain't trying to do nothing crazy. He started collecting the series 2. I told him to go for the Optichrome set. He completed that set and he's had that complete for about what, a year and some change now. And as y'all know, if y'all look back at my history of collecting, I think very highly of Optichromes. Very highly. I think they're
Hmm.
I think they're great in the set, and that's gonna be a great set to have.
Yeah, the gap is really 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 big right now. Um, I mean, I guess not for all cards. I mean, I have to think about.
Yeah,
I have to
like you
think some.
can you can have a conversation of like that 7 to 10 range and kind of what falls in line with that. Yeah, it can be an interesting conversation there.
Yeah, because I mean, there are Series 2 cards that are selling for. I mean, I guess Aura, but I mean, we do have a podcast. I talk about Aura all the time. That probably has an effect on it.
Hmm.
Trying to think of it. Are there any other bigger ones? Chaos Agent sells pretty well compared
Paradigm
to Series 1 shards. You know what I mean?
Paradigm sells great.
Paradigm sells well. I think Ice King normally does pretty well.
Yeah,
Um, I'm not sure, but most of them sell like under 100
yeah,
raw. So, which is like close to Series 1 Italy
hmm,
prices a lot of the time.
for sure.
Like, what are you picking up? Are you picking up a Series 1 Italy, or are you picking up a Series 2 Cracked Ice USA?
It depends on which card. If we
Okay.
talking, yeah, but series 2 would probably be, would
I mean,
probably be the
besides like the
answer.
obvious Black Knight and Peely,
Oh yeah, like if it's
like in
one of
that
the,
price range, like for like $100, are you picking
yeah,
a Series 2 USA Cracked Ice or an Italy
if we like in
for
pretty
Series 1?
much what we're talking about is like top level. If we're talking top level, it'll be probably series 2.
Uh, what or I was talking Cracked Ice. Talk, or sold for 230? Cracked Ice? There's no way
I think he
because
might
I
be
would have bought
talking.
it.
He might be. I don't
You
know
gotta
which
be
one.
talking about Hollow or
Optichrome probably.
Optichrome. And if you want to say it's come down, 230 for a Hollow PSA 10. Go look at some of the Hollow PSA 10s they're selling for Series 1.
Yeah.
They're selling for less than 200.
Yeah, Richard. Yeah, Richard. My dad. He is a set collector at its purest. That's he got the full laser set, Optichrome, and then everything else is like singles from like the first 3 sets
Yeah, it's the Optichrome for Series 2 that are super
for
super
series
rare.
2.
Like Hollows and Optichromes in Series 3 are not nearly as rare
Right,
as the
right.
Optichromes from Series 2 and the Hollows from Series 1.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I mean, I think 230 for and that may be down. I don't know for Optichrome Aura.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, I still think that's pretty high compared to the Hollows of Series 1.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that's doing major is probably Black Knight, right?
Yeah.
Like, what are Hollows doing? I don't know. Maybe what is the Drift Hollow doing?
I think it just was a drift. Was it? I don't. Maybe not. I can't remember. I think Drift Hollow. That's a good question. I'm not sure.
Yeah. 'Cause I mean, I think that's a pretty decent, strong price, to be honest. But
230. Yeah.
again, I haven't been looking at the market, so I don't 100% know.
I'm not gonna lie. Based off of what we know about Optichromes, that might be a little cheap. That might
Really?
be a yeah. That might be a little cheap.
So
I
Drift Hollow was like 350. So like an Aura Optichrome being a little
two
under
two.
Drift, I don't think that's bad. Especially if you guys talk about how big Drift is, like how it's an undervalued card, everyone wants to Drift.
Well, I think Drift. To be honest, I think Drift is low too. So that I think they both could technically be a little higher. That's what I'll say.
So like a Raptor 10 like sells less than an Aura. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean Series 2 isn't doing too bad. The market's in a strange place.
Yeah, I think because I think I would have to say based off of all our experiences though, them Series 1 hollows was that's a different world. Like Optichromes is tough too in context, but um based off of timing and what people were chasing, it was a little easier to get.
a Peel Hollow 10 did 455. So look at that. So if Peely cracked ice, I know the pops are going to be different. I'm not going to pay attention to that. If it's going for 6-7K
Mhm.
and Aura's down, right? What's Aura going for? Like in the 1800s for a 10? Like what's it going for right now?
I think
16.
so.
Let's
I'm
say
not sure.
like low like that,
Yeah.
1800, right? So that's like 3x less, right?
Mhm.
I mean, so really the Optichrome should probably be way less than 230, you would think.
Technically, yeah.
If
And
you
I
look
I
at that
mean,
comparatively.
I think what that Optichrome has going against it is the yellow. It is fairly easier to grade. But Optichromes is I mean, I like Optichromes a lot. I like Optichromes a lot.
I think Peely is 2.5 times Raptor. I do, personally.
He's wait, what did Char say? Pili is not
He's saying that Peely should not be twice the price as Raptor in any card, base, hollow, or cracked ice.
really?
I think that's an easy decision. I think Peely's fan base engulfs
Yeah,
Raptor's
yeah.
fan
I
base.
think like Raptor is like a he said read everything he said read everything I wrote.
I
Pili
did. He said Raptor sold for 180, and then Peely sold for 455. What am
Pili
I
also.
missing?
Oh, it's like the context. So he's okay. So he's saying the with patience you can kind of beat the margins of what a Pili is selling for compared to like what a Raptor is selling for.
Okay, I get what you're saying. Like you can get more, but I think it's fair because he said here that Peely is not 2.5 times Raptor. I think it is. I think it's more.
Hmm.
Um, I mean Raptor is pretty OG, I guess. And like he does get some comics like surface stuff, and he does get like pushed out there and stuff.
So
Um,
what Shard is getting at is the
he
the
said
Pili.
Christ.
What he's saying he's getting is the
Oh,
Pili
because it's
market was
more.
yeah,
There you
yeah,
go. There you go.
yeah.
The way you wrote it made it seem the other way, Sharnak. I was confused. Glad we're on the same page. I feel like it would have to be
That's what I think. I
like
it has to
that's
be.
my floor for it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I mean, I remember pulling these damn things.
yeah. No,
They're
listen,
not easy to
they're
pull.
not easy to
Just
pull at
because there's a
all.
lot on the market right now, that's kind of like that's the problem. Like people forget like how small the hobby is, right? There's
Yep.
so much on the market right now, like that. Oh, that's easy. No, once the market picks up and once we
Mm-hmm.
grow, these are gonna be hard to find.
Yeah.
I wish I had more cards. I need to
And
stop
matter
selling all my cards so cheap
to
to all you guys.
to your point too, I think we Shard is funny. I
I
think we're
wasn't.
far removed from that though.
Dude, I
Like,
was confused. I was questioning you. You know what I mean? Like you should be happy that like I questioned it just because I like you and like I know you know your stuff. I still like fought back a little bit. That's how you know I don't just like fall over. You know, I made you pull the teeth out there. I'm
Ra-
Rex over. I'm Rex all day.
I like
I like
Raptor.
Rex.
I like Raptor more. But that's because that's more so nostalgia.
I never liked the Raptor skin, but I think the Rex one is cool. The Rex one is nostalgic Fortnite to me. Just like
Oh no, that
for no
fits.
other reason, just I remember seeing them in. It's like the dinosaur skins were like the skins like you saw when you didn't buy skins.
Yeah,
Like
and it
you
was
saw people with this, like damn, they bought that skin. I can't
the
spend money on this game, but
The
that's
Rex
cool.
back bling is what I remember the most. Like I remember people wearing like, they'll wear like Renegade Raider with the Rex back bling. They'll wear like those skins. Like Rex back bling was popular for a long time.
I just remember seeing like Rex like, dang, that'd be cool to have a dinosaur skin, but I'm not spending 2,000 V bucks. I'm not buying putting money in this
2000 was
game.
nuts. I'm like, yeah, that was
It
my
was
thing.
more
I'm
back
like,
then too because V bucks cost more back then.
V-Bucks
They
cost more
lowered
back
the
then.
price of V
Yep.
bucks. But I remember it's like I didn't buy skins. I bought the battle pass, but I didn't buy skins.
Yeah.
Like I'm not putting extra money in this game.
Yep.
I used to see the dinosaur skins all the time. Now I buy skins all the time.
Yep.
I'm a degenerate.
And
know?
once you start, you don't stop. Like it's like
Yeah,
once you
yeah.
start buying it, it's
Once
just
you buy one
it's
skin,
through there.
it's over. It's game
Yep.
over. I have Cuddle Team Leader too. I have so many. I don't even want to know how much I spent on this game.
No, I would never want to know.
Would you trade in all your skins for cards, like for the money for cards?
Heck yeah.
Like,
What?
I don't know.
Man, I default the heck out of that draft. I got the memories in my head.
He said you defaulted.
Yo, what are you talking about? Like, yeah, nah. It's one of those things. I get what Dylan is saying. That's kind of hard, but I would definitely do that. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Like right now or back in the day, Lane? Because like to do the math right now, let me throw this up here. All right. I don't know when this is from.
This
Like
is
1,000 V bucks. Oh yeah, so 1,000 V bucks is $8. It used to be 10, I believe.
$10. Yep, it was the.
So it was $20 for that skin. Back in the
Mhm.
day, you had to pay $20 for Rex, $20
Yep.
for Cuddle Team Leader.
And
for
then
a
it was
skin.
that 31 I think used to be what was it? It was 50. It was either 50 or what was the highest value back then? It was like
I can't remember. I stayed out of that thing. I didn't buy skins.
That was
the only
that
thing
was
I would do is
crazy.
buy V bucks for the battle pass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. What I honestly, like I've told you guys, I'm not in buying mode. I'm strapped. So like I see these fire sales, and I was like, don't look. I just ignore them. I cannot look at them.
No, that's funny.
He said that first fire sale was like 6 cards. That's how I feel because I've done some fire sales, and it's like I look at my collection, it's like,
Yeah.
there's nothing left I can sell, man, that people want to buy. You know?
Oh no, Lane, you bro, the amount of money people have spent on this game, including myself and Dylan, it's especially. I'm not even gonna hold you. When I first started buying Fortnite skins, I'll say those first 2 years, ridiculous. Like those first 2 years of like buying skins,
Mm-hmm.
not too much past my like, cause and actually it's my brother's fault more than anything. I wouldn't even put myself. I'm gonna blame it on him because you know how as duos you did the matching skins and I was buying stupid skins. Where we stopped at was when he bought Dynamo. Ironically, I'm like, I'm not buying that, bro. I'm like, that's not. It's like it's not happening. And then down the road, I got it, but I'm like, I'm not.
I wish I could go back and figure out which was the first skin I bought. I don't know if it was or it might have been. I really don't know.
Mine was diecast. The first skin I bought
The
was
fact that you know
diecast.
that is insane
And
to
then,
me.
yeah, first skin I bought was diecast, and then that was also the first skin I returned. It's when we got the remember when we got the tickets to return the skin?
Mm-hmm.
That was the first one I returned. Okay, I'll show you how bad I was at this. I brought Flytrap, bro. I returned it, but I did buy Flytrap.
You bought Flytrap?
Yes. I was buying everything at that time, and then I had to return it. I was like, I can't believe I bought this skin. And then that loading screen came out. I was like, yo, that's sick. Like,
you thought that was cool? It was sick,
no,
like it was cool.
Sick was like as in sick.
Yo, I can't. I'm sorry. Flytrap, never.
Yo.
I remember I have a friend I was playing with, right? And like fish sticks, the female fish sticks, you know, like the princess.
Yeah, the princess one, yeah.
She was in the shop or whatever, and so I was like, I'm buying this. This joint is so tight. Hey, you should buy it too, to my friend. And so he bought it. He's like, all right, where's yours? I was like, I didn't buy that. And he had the freaking princess fish sticks.
Yeah.
He had to return that joint fast.
Yo, JT, you wild. Nah, bro. That joint is
It
I
ain't a
had to
secret
return
no
that.
more. He's
Listen,
dressing
nah.
up as Flytrap for Halloween.
That I might be able to pull that off. That'd be like a super suit. I hate that skin,
Lane,
bro.
have you not seen what accounts sell for? Like some accounts have sold more than I
It's
want to say like 15, 30,000.
yeah.
Was it like 15,000, 30,000? Fortnite accounts sell for a lot of money. Like if you
Yeah.
go,
Well, it's black marketish. So you gotta it's a lot of Facebook group. The Facebook group is where the real ones that real
what am
price
I doing
sell.
here? Go eBay.
Yeah,
Institute.
you gotta do you gotta do
Let's do highest first just to see what's out there. So like this one's 1,000, but like if you get like in a good account, like I've seen them
well,
sell in like 10, 15K.
well, you really want it if you buy it off of eBay. I'm gonna be honest. You gotta
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
go, you gotta go Facebook group to buy those.
But like this one is like this one already has $300. It's 28 bits, 2 days left.
Yo,
That's for just an account,
yeah.
and only because there's Renegade Raider.
Yeah,
Like you guys don't think they're gonna buy a reload? You don't think there'll be a reloaded card when people are buying the freaking accounts?
yeah. No, yeah, Shard. A lot of it's Shard, especially I'll say 2018, 2019, a lot of that was happening. People were
Yeah,
buying
it
multiple
happens all the
accounts.
time.
Yeah, people were buying
Yeah.
multiple accounts and selling them. It's the main Facebook group for a account for the buying accounts. It was kind of crazy because I think I would say mid 2019, one of those accounts sold for like 2,500 that had Renegade Raider in it. And that was crazy. That was insane. I mean, because you think about it at that time, what was it? Maybe that was like season 8, season 9 of chapter 1, maybe season 10. And but it was insane. It was some crazy sales out there.
Yeah, I mean, I remember seeing them for like over 10K
No,
before.
it was no, yeah, like those, especially like that Black Knight Renegade. If you had Black Knight Renegade Raider, uh aerial assault trooper, all of those, you was pulling that.
So
This was
this
before
is
Soul
a
Trooper came back.
Sportspedia. Who has the most expensive Fortnite account of 2022? Let's see. I think they set a sales price. Number one had 40,000 plus.
Yeah,
It was worth 43,000.
easy.
That's insane. That's crazy.
Yeah, especially because I don't know if y'all know, like the iTalk, which is the content creator, he had every skin in the game. Everything that you have in the game, he had it. And then he lost his account, but that's a whole nother
The
conversation.
problem, MC, is that a lot of those ones that are only worth like 75 is that's all they have.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
a lot of people don't want to give up their entire account for one skin.
Because you're risking a lot doing that. By the way, buying somebody's
Yeah,
account,
that's what.
What Dylan's saying is you're risking everything.
So let me break it down for you guys so you guys aren't confused. It's you do not own your account.
Yeah,
Like your skins, if you do not own them, they're not NFTs. You do not own them.
the reason
You're
why
not
I
allowed
buy
to
the cards.
you're not allowed to sell them.
Yeah,
By their terms of service.
yeah.
So if you buy an account and play with it, Fortnite can delete it.
And they have.
So they have even famous people.
Mm-hmm.
Like they don't care. Like if it comes known, they'll delete it. So like someone did this recently. They bought an account years ago, and with some things in there, and then they've been buying skins ever since. They found out because of something. They deleted the entire account.
So I'll bring up specifically this happened to iTalk. What he did was, now as you just said, he bought everything in the game, right? So it was one situation where he didn't get a loading screen. He messaged them and was like, "Hey, I didn't get a free loading screen. Like, you know how you do the challenges." He's like, "I didn't get it. Is there any way I can get it?" They looked into his account. Top creator, like after Camp and Rusher, he might be the top content creator for just pure content. Deleted his account like it was nothing. Never got it back. Not even
I remember seeing that.
Not even a blink. It's crazy.
Yeah, they can delete your accounts. It's like you do not own the skins. Like
Mm-mm.
you're not allowed to sell it,
Mm-mm.
right? So I mean, you're literally making money off of their stuff. It's in their terms of service. They don't let people do that.
Yeah.
Because if they
Like,
did, it'd be like
oh,
Wild West.
it would be ridiculous. I mean, if honestly, if it was a system behind it, I would have done it. I definitely would have done it. I would have brought probably 2 accounts by now.
So that's the thing with like I don't look
Yep.
into it because ever since that I never looked into it. But yeah, that's why like you have to do
Yep.
like they do all this stuff like message me on Twitch and like or message me on Discord and stuff like that. So it's kind of
Yeah,
shady. That's why
sure.
they
Like,
do Facebook groups.
yeah, it's sure. It's like a black market when it come to eBay. You have to like to sell it and get away with it. You have to name it a certain way and all these things. It's a lot that goes into it. That's like Dylan said. Facebook group. If that was the case, you would do it. But if you have a substantial account, even if you don't have rare skins, it's super risky to do.
No, you get back into the
You
mix,
get back
man.
into the mix.
Like you probably feel like you have to just give up,
Yeah,
right?
I would.
That would be so. I'd be so salty on
I
like the
think
Battle Pass skins.
like if I sold and not like it went for a substantial amount, I would get right back into the game. I would start buying it again.
Would I buy new skins again?
It would feel weird though. Like, why would you do that when you had all of them and then you just? So I guess,
You know what? I would probably give up on the Battle Passes.
yeah,
Like, why do I keep doing the Battle Pass? I get the Battle Pass every season.
yeah.
Would I still do it? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. It depends on the
Because
skin.
you're definitely gonna feel weird though. Because it's like, okay, if you start buying skins again, it's like you had this skin and now you're wearing,
I
like
couldn't rock a default skin.
yeah.
Like,
No,
I'd
I
be
couldn't
like,
either.
as soon as Aura comes on the shop, like, I gotta get Aura again.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I will wait for another skin to main, and I'll probably just make that my thing. Like, that's what I'll do. I'll wait
It'd
for a
probably be a
skin.
slow build up. Like, you buy
Yeah,
one, and then you
yeah,
rock it for a while till you get super sick of it, and it's like, all right, let me
yeah,
start buying. And then, like, you'd be back into it.
yeah,
You'd be a degenerate again.
yeah.
That's what would happen.
Because
All right, wow,
that's
it's
definitely crazy.
12:23. Okay. I have my daughter's soccer game is at 7:30 tomorrow morning, so I had to get some sleep. Um, if you guys can share, like, comment,
Yes.
ask some questions. So like anything that pops up, leave it in the comments. Give us ideas for next week. What do you guys want to talk about? This was a super fun chat tonight though. So I
Yeah.
appreciate everybody.
Drop in the comments how many push-ups I think Dylan can do.
Oh
And then
my god.
that's what we end off with.
It's probably gonna take them too long to type that. As much as they were right.
No, we appreciate y'all though. We really
Real
do.
quick, last answer. Series 2 promo worth buying, not for a lot. No.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy
Don't
in
do
there
nothing.
at this
Yeah.
point, but you never know. One of those skins could be super important in like 5 years, but as of right now, there's nothing crazy about the Series 2 promo.
Yeah.
So that's it for tonight. I'll catch you
Yep.
guys later.
Have a good one, y'all.